Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live and back at it again, folks. It's Wednesday, so you know what that means. It means another live stream here at the Wrestling for Life Network. We got AEW Dynamite kicking off. It's going to be a fun one. Lots to talk about, lots of rumors, lots of news, lots of things to get into. But get in that chat. Don't be quiet. Don't be shy. Click all the buttons. Strap in, strap on. Grab your snacks. Grab your feel good. It's going to be a great show, folks. Let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is another live stream, and we are the channel that just watches more live wrestling than anybody else out there. Looking forward to a crazy Dynamite ahead. What does Toni have in store for us? We got a lot of things to talk about. A big story buzzing around the IWC, but we will talk about it. Get in that chat. I see it blowing up already. I see about 65 people. I'm looking for triple digits in that chat tonight, folks. And I'm looking forward to this show. As always, we start off with hope. We're excited. We want it to be good. What can they deliver tonight? I don't know, but we'll find out together. So, with all that being said, I will remind you, I am Mr. Every Night KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube, and it is a pleasure to be back with everybody. I hope everyone out there is happy, healthy, and safe. You put hump day in the books. We're going to cap it off with a little bit of Dynamite. So we'll see how that goes. And Friday Junior tomorrow, the weekend upon us. SummerSlam's coming. We're going to be live for all of it. We got more content coming your way all week long, folks. So make sure you click like, you click subscribe, click share. Take this link, pass it on to any of your friends, all the people you know that want to talk about wrestling. This is the place to do it. So make sure they know. Now, before I click on some of this chat, let's just dive right into it, folks. Let's talk about Shane O'Mac getting caught on camera, I guess, with Tony Khan. A lot of people buzzing about this story. A lot of people talking about what's going on. A lot of people, we even had Mercedes Moné take credit for taking the picture. Very, very interesting. Now, I will say this to start the whole situation. I said from the onset, I'm all for this. Let this happen. It is chaos. It is insane. The idea that a McMahon would be in any way, shape, or form associated with AEW is nuts. Could you imagine there's a McMahon in AEW and not in WWE? Weird times, right? But I'm all for it. I'm all for this chaos. If you can make it work, that is something that would make people tune in if you did it properly. Now, let's ignore whether or not it will be done properly. Let's just say there's an idea, there's a plan, they could work together, they could do something. Well, I'm all for it. And this is insane. Now, get in that chat. Don't be quiet. Don't be shy. Say your hellos, and I will get to your comments about Shane. But think about it. This Shane McMahon story is insane. There's a bunch of different ways to look at it. Shane could be valuable as far as backstage presence, as far as experience in the business, maybe help a little, not just with his work with WWE, but he went on to work, very high up in Netflix. Shane's got experience. Shane can help you sell some things. Shane has had some amazing stories in wrestling. Whether you love him or hate him as an in-ring competitor, doesn't matter. He's had some amazing, amazing stories over time. So maybe that's one thing you could do. If you were willing to listen to him and work together and he could help you make a better programming, a better TV product, I'm in. I'm interested. However, if there was a possibility of Shane coming back and not necessarily having to work, last time we saw Shane, he blew out his quads or blew his knees. It just didn't go well. Snoop Dogg had to save the day. So what do you do? I think there's an opportunity here for Shane to do something. You could do something really interesting, because if Shane showed up in AEW, that is in madness. The buzz that would create, the excitement that would create. And I know the naysayers out there, oh, it's not going to work. Just the fact that Shane O'Mac, Vincent Kennedy McMahon's son, is going to walk through the curtain of another promotion is big enough of a story unto itself. Now, if you did something where Shane came in and started saying all the things that the naysayers say, like, you know, just digging in that very pro WWE vibe, and there's nothing here, and this place is a bunch of idiots, and it's run by kids, and da 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 da, and led an anti AEW faction group, whatever you want to call it, that's also got some legs. So I will put it out to the chat. I will say I'm very intrigued, but I will put it to you guys and girls. What do you think? Shane O'Mac, could he help? Would it work? Would it make you watch more? Am I crazy? Is it just a dumb idea? I think it's got so much legs. I think it's got so much intrigue. Now, again, some of the people out there will very much say, well, it won't matter. He'll sign and they'll fuck it up and blah, 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 blah. And you're not wrong. You're not wrong to an extent. This will be a case of prove it. Show us what you can do. If you can make this money, then make it. And why would you not? Shane showing up on AEW, calling himself the best in the world. There's so much to this that I'm okay with all of it. But I will ask you guys, how do you feel about it? What do you think? Good idea, bad idea? And actually, I'll throw up a quick poll while we're talking. Then I'll get to the chat and say hello to the people. But yeah, this all day long has had me laughing at the speculation and the possibilities of Shane McMahon joining AEW. Shane McMahon joining AEW, good or bad? There goes the poll. And folks, like I said, we are off and running. We are about 8 minutes away from the start of the show. Make sure you get in that chat. Make sure you click all the buttons. And again, we're looking for triple digits here on the channel. So make sure you be a friend, tell a friend. And we'll see. I'm going to run down the card in a second. But first, let's say hello to Damien. Looking forward to Hangman, Page, and Darby. Should be a good match. A little bit of an odd booking, but should be a good match, Damien. I don't hate it. I don't think it's a bad idea as far as what you're going to get. I think it's probably going to be the main event tonight, but I could be wrong. I never get this stuff right when it comes to Tony Khan. But should make for a good match. I wouldn't have necessarily booked it. A lot of other people have been confused. I've seen a lot of chatter online about it really felt like they were building Swerve and Hangman. But Swerve's fighting Danielson. Hangman's not really fighting anybody. So it's odd. It's not quite. I'm not quite sure how we got here, but let's see how it goes. Roddy, good to see you. Here comes the money. Right out of the gate. Right out of the gate. And if you, like, I don't know who owns the rights to that song. I'm sure it's the WWE. But if there was any chance that you had that, that would be insane. The explosion of wherever they are. And I would save it for, if you guys came to a conclusion this week, let's work together. I would hold it off. I listen, when we're at All In is where you're going to make your debut. We're going to keep this. Nobody knows. Now, the funniest part about this whole thing, a private meeting, yet we got a picture of it. Not very private, Tony Khan. Not very private, AEW, but I think that was by design. So, yeah, it makes me laugh. I think it's really funny, though. Like, nothing stays very private. But if you could keep it hush-hush for a while, and have him debut in a big venue full of people, that's where I would do it. Yo, Adrian, welcome back. Welcome back. Good to see you. Damien, Shane McMahon, and Tony Khan had a secret, not very secret, meeting on Monday about him coming to AEW. Now, we don't know what that meeting's about, Damien. There is speculation of what that meeting could be about. Shane helping out, Shane being involved, just shooting the shit, just being funny. We don't know. We have no idea. Nobody knows. Now, secrets don't stay very secret around there. So I'm sure we'll know more soon, but we don't really know yet. Jake the Aerial Assassin. Richard's back with us. Rachel, how are you doing? How you doing? Wrestling Proud 87. How's it going? How's it going? Eco, it's arousing. Wow, okay. There you go. There you go. So Darby is number one contender for TNT title and AEW title. Richard, I was trying to figure this out in my head today. And again, we watch every single minute of AEW programming. and I'm still not quite sure. He's definitely the number one contender at Grand Slam for the world title. When is he going after the TNT title? What am I missing there? And I blame me. I blame the vitamins. I blame the memory. I just, there's, again, it's so messy. How would he, is that what he got out of Blood and Guts? He gets a shot. He's going to fight. Oh, he's going to fight Jungle Boy. Yeah. What the hell are we doing? Trip, good to see ya. Eric, good to see ya. You see that light bulb go off. Like, wait a minute. That is crazy. Dun, dun, dun. Jake back with us right now. Let's see how the poll is doing. 64% are saying it's a good thing about Shane McMahon. Shane McMahon is AEW savior now. I'm so all in for this madness. Vance, I'm with you, man. Again, I'm with you. And we've been down this road before of, oh, so-and-so's coming and the company is saved. I think Shane's a different level, though. Shane's got a different story to tell, and I think it's really interesting. And if he did come in and like, no, we're taking over. You know what? I too have a rich father, and I too can run this company and make it a war between Shane McMahon and Toni. You got my attention. You got my ears peaked. At nothing, at minimum, I'm listening. What's up, Vance? Shame EW. Love it. Let's go. MTB, welcome back as always on patrol. Kevin, welcome back. Damien, gotcha. Richard, gotcha. Bradley, how you doing? As we now sit about 3 minutes away from start time. Shane can help Toni until he's blue in the face. But will Toni, that's, I think, the conversations, right? So you meet with Toni and you say, like, this is kind of what I'm thinking. And can we make it work? Then you'll find out. And again, I think that's the initial conversations. I think that's one of the first conversations anybody, Shane McMahon, any free agent, they have to have that conversation with Toni of like, okay, listen, what is the plan? What are we going to do? What do you want to do? And are we going to stick to this? Like, can we come up with an idea and run it? Because I think going in blind, there's too many examples of it not going well. Brahma, welcome back.
Wrestling for life.
Adam's back with us. I'm not subjecting myself to AEW this week, but I wanted to drop in and say hi. What's up, Adam? Just hang out with us. I'll keep you posted on all the fun stuff. As always on the Wednesday, like I said earlier, we start with all the hope, all the optimism, ready to go. We want the show to cook. We don't know how it's all going to play out, but we know we're going to start hot. And I think we might start with Ospreay tonight, as we do have some big matches on the card for sure. Brahma, good to see you. Alexis, good to see you. Rob, welcome back. Money was by Naughty by Nature, KJ Shane theme. No, okay. Goes to show that AEW loves to leak things to the press. Yeah, secret meeting. It is really funny, right? Michael, welcome. Trip, what do you got? Something Shane bought WCW, something AEW is just yeah. Well, again, that is a funny connection, Trip, right? Like this feels uber familiar. Are we having deja vu? Is there a glitch in the matrix? And it's kind of a weird visual of like, oh my God, wait, it was Shane that bought WCW. Now Shane here like this. I mean, it writes itself. Kira, happy Wednesday. Welcome back. Ken, welcome back. Who else do we got? Gilly in the house. I just hope Shane isn't coming in as a 50-year-old wrestler, but as someone behind the scenes to fix shit. Yeah, I think there's maybe an opportunity for him to get a one-off in or a pay-per-view match, maybe at some point. But realistically, his work should be outside of the ring for sure. How you feel about Beast with Rush and Roderick tonight? It's Callis managed Beast now. It's a weird situation, Rob. And again, the conglomeration. It's such a made up word. I'm having trouble with it, but conglomeration is such an odd faction group of friends, whatever. And now they're going up against, again, it just feels like each week you just kind of mixing everybody up. Does it stand? Is it something that matters? Will it be long term? I have no idea, but what I do know, folks, is AEW Dynamite is about to kick off. I'll let you guys know where I'm at with it in case you want to try and dial in with me. But I have MJF coming out, folks, as we kick off Dynamite with the American champion. And now the scarf is now red, white, and blue. Nick's going to have to order a new one. What's up, Eric? What's up, Joe? What's up, pal? Puff, good to see ya. Who else am I missing? Let's go. Almost at that triple digits mark. Let's get it. Keep Shane away from Jericho, period. Oh, God. Listen, there are articles going around everywhere. There's everywhere right now. People are reporting about, Moxley was given time off. Why can't Jericho be given some time off? Go hang out with your family. Go play with your dogs. Go hang out with Fozzy. I'm not saying quit forever, even though that might be nice. But why can't you just go away? Moxley took some time. Kenny's taken some time. MJF has taken some time. As MJF in the ring, looks like he borrowed his jacket from Tank last night. Toni eats corn the wrong way. Big sign up in the front row. So there you go. MJF, Cotton Hill promo. The trailer park trash capital of the world, South Carolina. Shane for AEW GM Dynamite and TK runs Collision. Interesting. Maybe Shane runs Collision. I don't know. I can't see Toni giving up Dynamite. If Shane has creative power in AEW, it's going to be great. It'd definitely be intriguing. I'm intrigued, Nevsky. Welcome back. Brandon, welcome back. And he is getting booed hard. No class down south. MJ, yeah, that's exactly what I said, MDB. Great minds, my guy. Great minds. Heat 3. Money will cut greatest promo of all time. Okay. Moxley hasn't had time off in 5 years. It's well effing deserved. Yeah, you're not wrong. Listen, I know I have my criticisms of Moxley, but he did need some time off. And again, I feel like there's a collection of wrestlers we've seen a lot for 5 years. They've never gone away. And Jericho's an example of that. Just take some time off. Let us forget about you. Let the bad shit wash away. MJF loves America, but he talks trash about South Carolina. He pretty much only loves his part of America, Richard. As we get the graphic, he will take on Ospreay. And again, here comes Ospreay. South Carolina getting heel heat. Oh, wait. Ospreay comes flying in. MJF boots it. There goes your American hero. As Ospreay's now got a mic. Underground, AEW Underground would be insane. It'd be legit. Lance Archer, the Underground champion. Mega good to see ya. America, yeah. And again, you think, I'll give them credit, because if you go into Wembley with a babyface Ospreay and a very pro-America MJF with the American title, shunning the rest of the world, including the rest of his country, it's going to be massive. The reactions are going to be massive. This potentially could go down as the best match in AEW history if it's done right. No Don Callis, no screwdrivers. Hit the goddamn Tiger Driver. Don't be a chicken shit and get the win. But I think it's going to be a dynamic match that the crowd is so into. Called Ospreay a terrorist. Why does MJF have a scarf in July? He's that damn cool. I don't know. That was so lame. Yeah, no, I have no idea, sir. But it's just a straight up black scarf right now. I gotta say, it's that title. No, it's not. JV, welcome back, buddy. But no, come on. You're starting to sound like Big Nick out there. By the way, shout out to Nick and Anthony, both gentlemen. Hope they are doing well. But yeah, what do you mean? That belt is hard on the eyes. Love the big green bruv sign. Nice. Hell of a promo by Ospreay as always. Fired the all the way up. I'm here. What up, KJ? What up, Clay? How you doing? I'm excited for SummerSlam indeed, sir. Merca, Trailer Park Trash. I'm out. Get the English muffin out of here. Philip, good to see Jericho needs to take time off, and I'm tired of his ass. That's all it is. Again, I know people are chanting, please retire. I know I bag on him every single week, 2-3 times a week. Sometimes just on random WWE streams, I'll fall into a Jericho frenzy. But if he would just go away for a while, I might not feel that way. It's the constant shoving him down my throat, and it's horrid. It's so not good. But speaking of the opposite of that, as we're going to open the night with Ospreay's match, by the way. I like this. MJF's belt is so hideous that it's beautiful. That heat between Will Ospreay and MJF has been the only consistent thing on AEW in the last few weeks. I give them credit, but that's what it kind of happens when you put your best people in the right spots. They find a way to create. And I'm sure both of them are very vocal about how they want things to go. So to their credit, this has been outstanding. Didn't love how we got here. I'm still, I kind of feel like this should be your world title feud. I do. Sorry, Swerve. But at the end of the day, this is the best thing you have on your programming right now. And the beautiful thing about this rivalry is it pays off in the ring. We're going to get a banger. Everybody dies. All right. So MJF introducing Lance Archer, who's going to take on Will Ospreay. Again, we maybe don't need this match to happen, but I'm in for it. MJF never been a true face. No. MJF is the guy that can stay the exact same person and bob and weave just based on what he's saying. And that's it. He doesn't. That was what part of the problem with like the Adam Cole friendship stuff was. It was too much of a deviation from the character, the guy we know. As Ospreay puts his face into Archer's chest, realizing what a big man he's in there against. And chokeslam right away. We're opening the match with a chokeslam. Holy shit. Folks, get your predictions in. And why is it Will Ospreay? God damn. Archer versus Ospreay opens. Yes, I kind of predicted that. So, as expected, again, because I like the idea that you start the shows with Ospreay. I don't necessarily think Ospreay should be in a nothing match every week. It's not my favorite, but I can't complain that I'm getting Ospreay matches. The back and forth between him and MJF works. MJF worked the crowd perfect. Getting heat, getting booed. Again, even the announcer pointed out a little bit of low-hanging fruit, but then Ospreay comes out fired up, fires back, and it works. It's solid, and I'm really good with it. Bruv for the win. Archer is he's a big man. Forearm goes nowhere. One forearm back, and down goes Ospreay again. Ospreay for the win. I haven't seen Lance Archer on television in 2 months. Lance does not get used very often. I remember when Lance got back from injury, and he did an interview with Busted Open, and he was like, I'm looking forward to getting in there. I just want to make things happen. And you just never see him. He can't make anything happen. Even if he wanted to, he's not booked enough. And there goes, wait. Archer gets out of the way of the flip over the top. Uh-oh. Ospreay down on the mat on the outside. Ospreay for the win. Lance, a big dude. Ospreay for the win. Ospreay and Archer had some great matches in New Japan. Absolutely. Archer's a talented guy. I liked Archer in TNA. I liked Archer in New Japan. He had some really good matches with a lot of big names. I think he's underutilized. I think he's a guy that could have done something. The idea of Archer and the Righteous working together really appealed to me, but at the end of the day, it didn't work, didn't materialize. It's something you could have used. Ospreay for the win. Yeah, I don't think anyone's not picking Ospreay. Hurricane Rana into the barricade. I guess there's a 30 count here tonight. Or the ref just gave up on counting. Macho Man in the house. Let's go. Nasty. Welcome back. Good to see you. Good to see you. Shane and Kenny should come back together as a story. Kenny got Real Executive to help run things. Easy. I could go with that. I don't mind that at all, sir. I think that could work. I like it. I think, like, again, the people out there that are like, oh, this is stupid, and it'll never, let it happen, and it's fun, it's exciting. And even if it's a shit show, it'll be fun to watch and talk about. That's just content, baby. I like Archer of Infamy in WWE. As a reminder, we are going to get Darby and Hangman. I believe that will be the main event tonight, because there will probably be an angle tacked to it as Archer launches Ospreay again. Archer looking like an absolute badass tonight, which would make fans ask, why don't we see more of this guy? As we do go into picture-in-picture, folks, I see over 100 people hanging out with me. Make sure you get in that chat. Click all the buttons. Give that algorithm a little bit of love. Don't forget, those little reaction buttons always help. And we are back tomorrow. Our SummerSlam preview, 8 p.m. live. We're going to have a fun one. Myself, Big Nick, Anthony, all going to be here to give you our preview and predictions and our guesses for SummerSlam on Saturday, Friday, Rampage, and SmackDown. But at 5 p.m., we will be live with the SummerSlam kickoff. And then Saturday, of course, 5 p.m. Saturday, we will be here live. We'll keep an eye on Collision. Plus, we got full coverage of SummerSlam, folks. When I say we cover all the wrestling on just a different level, it's undeniable, folks, and we appreciate you for joining us here tonight. It's off to a good start as far as I'm concerned. I don't know how everyone out there is feeling about the start of Dynamite, but good promo from MJF, good promo for Will, and we start off with a decent match between Will and Archer, which Archer is still in complete control as we are in picture-in-picture. Archer 6'8", 290, absolutely. I would say that's probably close to accurate. God bless. Good to see you, Jordan. Spaz, welcome back. By the way, I didn't say hello when I clicked your comment. Freestyle swimming. Okay. Chambers. Elimination Chambers. I feel like it's been a hot minute, my friend. Welcome back. Archer is big but talented guy. Archer is a big but talented guy, but he is not booked to be dominant like he could be. I mean, again, that's kind of an ongoing thing, Richard, with a little bit of the AEW booking at times. Archer not really booked well. We saw the Gorillas of Destiny. No. What is it now? The Cage of Agony. We see them take L's all the time. Generally, the big men take L's. Hobbs hasn't been booked great. Wardlow hasn't been booked great. I mean, a lot of question marks when it comes to the big men. Generally doing a lot of jobs to the little guys. As Taco Bell commercials are killing me. No super chats. Super chats are there. Should be there, my guy. Let me double check. But should be back. Is too much effort being made for the trios division than the tag team division? There's not really a division of either. So that was the problem with bringing in the trios belts, is you weren't quite ready for them. And there is really no trios division. There's like a flavor of the month trio team that eventually kind of bugs the people with the belt. There's not much there. The tag team division has been MIA. So, yeah, I think at times a lot of the tag teams we want to see are too busy fighting in trios with a third random person. I would really like to see the tag team division. Remember, way back in the beginning, it was the Bucks who said they were going to have the best tag team division in the world. Tag team wrestling was going to be an emphasis and important, and that was the case until they got sucky about FTR, and then they just kind of it all went to shit. We never got it back. It's Ospreay with the kick coming out of commercial. Going for the ox cutter, gets smashed. Deep six-ish. I'm a big fan of Archer. He deserves better, in my opinion. I agree, sir. Could you, Jamie Hayter, return at All In? Again, I would hope so. I think it's highly possible. I mean, the lady's been out for a long time. So why not? If she's healthy and be able to return, that would be the time. It'd be insane if she's been healthy for like 2 months, but Tony wanted to save her for All In. That'd be insane. But that could be the place. Ospreay taking a beating in this match, by the way. Oh, wait a minute. There you go. All right. Try now, Spaz. If Paige gets added to the All-In card, what does she do? I really hope she doesn't get added to the All-In card, but being where they're going to be, I could see them giving her an obligatory match. Maybe it's her and Harley in a tag match against Pick'em. I don't know. If they get her, if it's a title match, if it's a lot of people talked about Saraya versus Mercedes. To me, that would be a shame if that was your women's title match or one of your women's title matches on such a big pay-per-view. Saraya isn't what Saraya used to be. And as much as I'm critical of Sasha, she deserves a better opponent than that to really bang out a solid match and show what she can do. Too often, the women's division in AEW is marred by silly booking. But Archer going for old school. Ospreay knocking him down. As folks, this match rolls on. Not a short one by any stretch. Some effing guy, 90s guy, if Vince Russo does a run in and attacks Tony Khan, is Russo the babyface or Tony? I think Vince Russo is always the heel, and I think Tony Khan is pretty much always the babyface within that world. 2 on the Spanish Fly. Crowd is going crazy in South Carolina, folks. Oh, Scudder. 2. See, it's crazy. You get a barn burner match with Lance. And again, like, you're barely beating a guy we never see. How are you going to beat MJF? Huge. Wow. Ospreay going for a hidden blade, gets his head removed. And a 2 count. Huge Spanish Fly. Insane. The trio belt don't have any... none. It has not been a good thing. And again, tell me what the trios division is. It doesn't exist. There's no strong trios that are rivals, that are pitted against each other. Even with the stuff we got coming up for the trios belt, it's not heated shit. Like, what happened to the House of Black? What, Adam Copeland broke his leg and somehow all the plans you had for the House of Black are out the window? Interesting. Why can't they have a run at it? What is your trios division? That is the question. Archer going for the blackout. Ospreay counters into a DDT. Hidden blade on the big man. Had to jump to do it. Kicked out. He kicked out. Holy shit. He kicked out. And the crowd's on their feet, though, guys. What a match. Another hidden blade. And it's over. Woo! Good match. Lance needs a manager. He had one. He had one. Do you see AEW creating the women? Brandon, you might have to elaborate on that. Jim Cornette attacks Tony Khan. Hilarious Chambers. One day. If that ever happens, it'll probably be on TMZ. As here comes Maxwell jumping on Ospreay. Those Oopa Loopa hands are funny as hell to me. Fire your sprayed hound person, dude. 1-0. Dale, good to see you, buddy. The idea of a trios championship is insane. How many groups of 3 can a company even afford? One match contains 6 salaries, every time too expensive. I 100% agree with that. And again, when I feel like tag team wrestling is lacking in all of wrestling, in all companies, tag team wrestling isn't what it used to be. I'd rather see an emphasis put on tag team wrestling than, I mean, let's explore the option maybe. But wait a minute, Fletcher here chasing off MJF. Oh, wait. Yeah, chasing off MJF and Don Callis. Again, weird booking, folks. We need to keep Don Callis away from Ospreay. It confuses shit. Kyle Fletcher looking like one of the Lost Boys. He never wants to grow up. I gave a glance into the AEW Junior pay-per-view on Friday. I am once again saying, how is Athena shunted into their internet show? Big love for the Wrestling for Life Network. Random Spaz Phoenix Podcast Blog. Spaz, we appreciate the love. We appreciate you letting me know that the super chats weren't clicking. But no, we thank you for the generosity. And I mean, listen, Athena's done well. I mean, it's just, how long can she stay there? Oh, okay. So Don and Kyle Fletcher are having an argument. No, but we greatly appreciate it, Spaz. And I agree with you. She could do more, I believe. I mean, in a division that lacks talent, you can use Athena. They need to keep Don Callis miles the fuck away from this. So Kyle Fletcher is going to fight Maxwell because Will's his brother. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with this. Just get Don Callis away. Everyone's trying to boo MJF. You can't put a bigger dick in the ring and then they're just going to boo him instead. And yes, you heard me. You can pause on all of it. United Empire, remember, is that a real scar? And yes, a wrestling-related scar. Unfortunate for a bald man because now he just looks like well, you can figure it out. He's talking about wrestling his couch pillows. See, I don't feel like this is necessary. Why are we getting Kyle Fletcher cutting a hard babyface promo on MJF? This country is giving me my dream everything. He said girlfriend and wife. That's interesting. Yeah, man, it's hilarious. Chester. We're gonna start calling him Chester. It's insane. They look fake. They look like he was wearing gloves. Yeah, spray tan's a mofo when you don't do it right. 6 out of 10 match. It was good. See, now, anyone else feel like this is going a bit long and it's not really about the people we care about? Fletcher's fresh tattoos. MJF saying no. So they booked Arthur Strong for a couple weeks so that he could job out to Ospreay and then not go be on TV for a while. Exactly the usual philosophy, Bash 8. You're not wrong. If we get Lucha Brothers and Motor City Machine Guns, both game changers. Again, when you start adding all the pieces together, they definitely help. I mean, again, when you're trying to build the overall picture, whatever division has both those teams are going to do good things. Goddamn face off. The guy on the button was a little slow to the trigger, though. Let me know in this chat right now, folks. How do you feel about this? What is your take on everything that transpired? How did you feel about how it opened? And now, like, literally a big chunk of the start of this show now, dedicated to this. I don't. I'm torn. This is long-winded. Okay. MJF with different music too, by the way. Or at least the start. If WWE gets Lucha Brothers, got that one. KJ, if Athena comes to the main roster, what is a bigger match? Toni Storm Athena or Mercedes Athena? I still say it's Mercedes Athena on it's tough. But yeah, technically Mercedes Athena, there's history there. Mercedes name value. All right, so MJF leaves. Ospreay still not happy with Callis. And Kyle Fletcher and Ospreay hug. I am your coma coming to bite you in the arse. There you go. As now we are getting a package for Swerve and Danielson. The reason he is cutting a babyface promo is so when he turns on Will, you don't see it coming. Yeah, to an extent, I guess. I mean, again, it's been very weird. He's already beat Fletcher. If Fletcher was going to turn, why didn't it happen already? Why would Fletcher turn now? Yeah, I'm struggling with it a little bit. And again, I just think you need to keep Don Callis as far from Ospreay as possible. He's clearly the biggest babyface in your company. The fans love him. Do not have him messing around with Don Callis. So Fletcher, yeah, kind of, sort of. Yeah, that was a good promo. I can't even be mad at Fletcher. Fletcher came out and banged. Like, it was a solid promo. MJF really displaying Cody. Displaying Cody. It has to be a joke. I see. Fletcher got 2 women. Yeah, apparently, Richard. I was just following along. Rumors. Why does this remind me of TNA 28 and 08, 09? Good question, Phil. Help me out. But, folks, we are in a commercial break. We did get the match. Then we got the spillover. Kyle Fletcher comes to the aid of Will Ospreay. We are going to get an MJF Kyle Fletcher match. Not sure when, next week perhaps. But the show rolls on. A pretty good start overall. Pretty good job so far. But yeah, we're definitely, dipping into that 30-minute mark on the opening group. The why Kyle turns now is easy. MJF money. Ugh. I don't like it. What's up, Saffit? I don't like it, JV. I don't like it. Horrible promo, says Tony Khan. All right. I thought he did all right. I thought it was solid babyface attempt. We don't get much from Fletcher, and at least if giving the value to when you're selling us on Fletcher being a babyface now because you want him to go against MJF, and then when MJF beats him up, then Will's mad about his brother, even though they were at odds. I see what you're doing, but it's like short form booking. It's short form storytelling, not letting things really kind of blossom the way they should. It's very choppy writing of like, oh, and put this in here. It's like the way you would write a story if you were under the age of 10. Got it. KJ, when you heard MJF's theme, did you thought of Ernest back then? Are we talking about like Ernest P. Worrell? Maybe. Won't be a match next week. Fletcher turn on Ospreay. Well, I still think, are we not going to get him again? But for me, in my humble opinion, guys, I want MJF Ospreay straight up, no questions, no bullshit, no Fletcher, no Callis, just MJF Ospreay in front of a huge crowd, and I want them to go without any of the extra shit. Sure, MJF can try and use his ring, but I just want that. This whole item. So what? You're going to have this barn burner epic Wembley match, and then Fletcher comes out and gets involved? I really, really hope that's not the plan. I really, really hope that's not the case. I really hope they're just building him up as a temporary kind of like, look, I love this guy. And then MJF hurts him and gives Ospreay another reason to be upset. What's up, Tanisha? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Everything aside, this video package of Swerve is what AEW is missing. So for them to launch it, A+ for AEW. I like the videos. I think they do some really good videos. We talked about what they did with Jeff Jarrett. They got you to believe in Jeff Jarrett, but then it went away. Speaking of going away, we are getting a replay of one of the worst matches I've ever covered on a live stream, as Jericho and Suzuki bored us to tears, and they have the balls to show us a replay. Here's the learning tree. Bill's got a cake. 100 days as champion. There you go. This right here is a package, is what we need. There you go. There you go. Why is Shane O'Mac still? That's actually happening. It's funny. We don't know. Unbroken. It's a funny story to follow. I was as shocked as everyone else to see the picture. The fact that it got out, it almost felt intentional. When how could it not be? Hi guys. At least we're getting Jericho out of the way early here this week. The ratings killer. Remember, I said he was the serial killer of ratings. Bathroom break. Yeah. Good grief, Chris Jericho. Hard to take Fletcher with his instinct. Oh, Jericho's got a broken finger. We're not sure if it was from Suzuki or having it in his own ass. Why is Shane O'Mac? I got that one. I thought Fletcher's promo was good, but it's impossible to take him seriously because he never wins anything meaningful. They were trying to sell us on the fact that he's had titles. He's been a champion, da-da-da-da. Yeah, you got to make him serious. You got to make him count. He's had some really good matches. And the idea that he's going to turn on Ospreay makes no sense to me now. Hi, guys. Marvez gets told to eat the cake by Bounty. All right, folks. So that was our learning tree segment so far. Who gives a shit? We got Bibbins. Look at this. This is excellent. Bibbins giving Statlander an entrance. I like this. The Take Me On video for all the old folks out there. Wax on, wax off. Is Ricochet met with Toni? Can't confirm or deny. We don't know. We don't know. And until he walks through a curtain on one of the shows, we have no idea, my friend. As much as Shane could do good for business for AEW, I just don't think it will work. Again, I don't know. I think a lot of people have fair and welcome Bryan, fair apprehension because is Shane going to come in and say, I think we should do this. I think we should do that. And they go, nah. We just want to do our way. Will they be open? And I don't even think the relationship gets off the ground unless they already know that there's going to be some common ground. That's my take on it. I could be wrong, but again, the only way people signing into your company help your company is if you listen to them, work with them, bring them in for their experience, and utilize that experience. Who's more boring, Jericho or the Bad Apple? Oh, it's Jericho. Jericho. I mean, for the little that the Bad Apple gets, he makes me kind of chuckle. I'll give him that. Each time Jericho was on, he increases the ratings on every other show on TV except Dynamite. Facts! That's why you can call him the demo god. He helps everyone's demo, but the show he's on. Mr. Poops. Who's Bibbins? Bibbins, my buddy. Hiding from Jericho. Never. Let's go. Trying to dodge him like a bullet, though. You might not be wrong. Jericho is gone. Yes. I think Jericho's going to fight Shibata as Stat with a shotgun drop kick. Starting this one off with a bang. Taking on Willow, folks. Get your predictions in the chat. Let me know who you're taking. Boston. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So is Shane actually in AEW now? No, nothing confirmed. Nothing. It could have been simple. It could have simply been, hey, do you want to stop by and have a meeting? Do you want to have a talk? And they could have talked for 2 hours. And then at the end of the 2 hours, Shane could have said, oh, fuck this. This guy's crazy. We have no idea. It's nothing but speculation. And I think certain people wanted to make sure that picture got out there. So it doesn't surprise me. But no, we don't know anything yet. I hope he is. I hope they're close to coming up with a plan. I wish this wasn't an eliminator match. What is this an eliminator match for? Shibata is facing Brian Keith tonight. Oh, okay, there we go. There we go. So it's going to lead to Shibata versus Jericho for the FTW Saturday. This match is 5 stars. Folks, get in that chat. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. But right now, Willow in control. Stat rolling out. What have you missed on Dynamite so far? MJF and Will Ospreay, pretty much. That sums it up. MJF, good promo. Ospreay, good promo. Pretty good match. Ospreay beats Archer. Not a bad match at all. And then MJF jumps Ospreay. Fletcher saves Ospreay. MJF and Fletcher cut promos. And here we are. That's pretty much the gist of it. Willow going into the barricade, throwing herself. Statlander getting out of the way. Stokely Hathaway trying to get his client up. As it looks like we are going back to pitcher and pitcher. Not a fan of the Eliminator match like this match between Kris and Willow. Well, wait, why? What's the issue? I mean, if it's just a straight up contender match with a stupid name, I mean, why not? Oh, is that what it is? That's dumb. All right, that's dumb. That's dumb. Shibata is facing Byron Keith tonight. There you go. Brian Keith, not Byron. This match is 5 stars. Early out the gate. Shane McMahon could take over AEW if something were to happen to Tony Khan. Apparently, that duty is going to be left to Daniel Bryan. But again, I think Shane coming in and trying to take over AEW. Imagine Shane walking in and just cutting a promo on just, this place is garbage. You guys will never be like my dad's company. You'll never do what they did. You guys are a joke. You guys are indies. This is embarrassing. But look at these guys. These guys are the real wrestlers. And it's name 3, 4 guys or girls that make sense. Man, that has legs. It has so much legs. Yeah, okay. So if that's the case, it's really stupid. Even again, we're here every single Wednesday, and I had to decipher, what are they doing an eliminator for? They got to stop doing eliminators and title matches for belts that do not, like, fuck off with the CMLL belt. Go away with the Ring of Honor belts. Go away. Focus on your belts, your AEW titles. Focus on those. Simple. Keep it simple, stupid. I don't know why that's so challenging, but again, this match is an eliminator. This match should be a #1 contender match for your TBS title, your world title, something. Hopefully this match doesn't kill the momentum. Jericho kind of almost did that already, but we were still here. We're still here. I think Toni is trolling the internet with the Shane pick. Did anyone even confirm it's legit? It wasn't photoshopped. It was like a legit picture. Was it confirmed that it's a legit thing? This show loves picture in picture. Yeah, right? I have to go with my girl Willow. There you go. KJ, Toni went on another Twitter tirade saying he's going to start an antitrust lawsuit against WWE. No, he didn't. Shut up. Get out of here. Are you kidding? Let me see. I want to see if I can find it. I want to see. Do it. I want him to do it. It'd be hilarious. Big beefy babes beating beef. There's a clever comeback in there somewhere, MDB. Well, yeah, all the bees. Shane's going to pull a WCW and buy AEW. Yeah, I mean, I think that would be funny. Like, imagine that they did, like, I talked to your dad and he's sick of you spending the money. I bought this company because it's your dad that owns it. I didn't have to ask you to buy it. And then Tony's like, I'm not leaving. Maybe that's a way to go. It's got something, man. Shane, if he comes in, I want him as an on-scene character with the Bucks. That is a potential that I thought about, Phil, is would Shane come in and work with the Elite and kind of, would they validate them a little bit? Would he give them a little more purpose, a little more direction, a little more focus of like, no, this is how you properly do a we're taking over angle. Not this child's play bullshit you've been doing. Michael, as right now, Willow just hammering down on Stat, firing up. Crowd's a little bit quiet on this one at the moment, though the match has been pretty solid. Statlander, oh my God, she got Willow up in the electric chair. Down goes Willow. Was the point of the contender match with the champion if you've already have them ranking system? We know that the ranking system may be gone. And lately, we've been seeing a lot of eliminator matches, a lot of battle royals, a lot of like, oh, now you're a champ or you're a contender. You're now a contender. Like, that's where we're trying to figure out. Like, Darby's a number one contender for 2 belts. You have contenders for belts that are being defended on pay-per-views for after the pay-per-view. It's really a little bit messy right now. And I do really, really implore Tony Khan to just simple. We should not be having an eliminator match for another company's belt on a Wednesday night. You want to do that on Saturday or Friday? Fine. You still shouldn't do it. But if you're going to do it then. So Camille is making her in-ring debut tonight. The CEO is claiming she took the pick. I saw that. I thought that's hilarious. Kind of a very funny troll, Brian. As Willow fired up. Down on the apron, and Stokely, Bibbins just giving her the eyes. Uh-oh. She ragdolling the little man. Help me. It looks like a fake pic. That's the other thing. I haven't heard like anybody confirming like, oh, that's a real picture. That's the other thing. We don't even know if it's real. Right? Meltzer coming out. Oh, they had a great meeting. They're so happy. The next day. It was confirmed that this was a picture Photoshop from a 1997 picture of Shane and Vince in his office. Watch. Willow countered the powerbomb, gets a 2 count into a DDT. Stat selling huge. Stop for the win. I'm trolling. That's allowed. This picture is real. Yeah, I think so. If Shane O'Mac comes, I'm going to scream like a little girl. Hey, Efren, I'm with you, man. I'm gonna pop, and without a doubt, that's gonna be worth it. I think Tony Khan's funds may be running out of AEW itself. I don't know, and I know people talk about his infinite piggy bank, but if the story's true, like I'm gonna give my child X amount of dollars to run, to do whatever you want, so I can see it. Now, was that infinite, or did Chad give him like, here's 500 million. Here's a billion. What, like 450? Oh, a little clunky. Willow kicks out. Hell of a match. And again, I've been critical of the women's division here on this company, but for my money, this has been a good one. As Stokely slipping a chain to Stat. I heard the meeting, or whatever you want to call it, has been confirmed to be real. Fair. And again, 100%, I think it is real. And we just don't know what it means. But it's a hell of a fucking secret. And I wouldn't keep that secret either. I would have people talking about it. As we get a discus lariat, which didn't really utilize the chain, but still enough to fake a knockout. But Kris Statlander is now the number 1 contender. As she's trying to tuck the chain away. And Stokely tucking it. That wasn't the first time. Yeah, no, I believe it. And I've been asking for it for a long time. May the blunt be with you, by the way. I've been asking for a long time. I think there's a lot of really cool potential if Shane showed up. And I'm all for the chaos, right? Like, fuck it. Do it. Surprise us. Now, Stat's got a chair. There you go. Chair to the back of Willow. It's weird that Kris has to defeat Willow to get a title shot. I agree. Another chair shot. Stat getting a good amount of heat. I like this Statlander. As in-come staff security, you know how useful they are. The Elite have lost so much steam. Yeah, the Elite storyline has gone to shit. And Statlander now beating up security because they always do. And this is starting to run longer than it needed. That was a really good situation. Just get out. Get out. Just leave. You don't need the extra stuff. And Stat get the Bibbin stops her from unleashing on security. Yeah, just that whole extra part wasn't necessary. A couple chair shots and leave her laying, walk out. That's all you needed. You didn't need Statlander to beat up security. It was just overkill. Anthony, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? I don't really care if Shane McMahon shows up. It does nothing for me. Wait till it happens, though. That's the thing. We'll wait. Maybe right now, but if it does happen, I think what they can deliver would make it would be very interesting and very entertaining. So we'll see. Time will tell. I'm still not convinced that they're going to come to a common ground. I mean, Shane could have met with him and thought, wow, this guy is gnarly and doesn't know what to do. We don't know. We have no idea. But I hope they figure it out. Willow can be AEW's version of Happy Bailey. Yeah, she should be, and she's good. 2-0, 2-0. As right now we are talking about Swerve and Danielson. I think we're going to get a Danielson up next live, folks. Shane McMahon can bridge the partnership between W. Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, no. I highly doubt that. And again, I don't know why people are really chomping at that. I don't think they'll ever be able to pull that off. But here we got Daniel Bryan sitting with Renee Paquette. I guess a continuation from what we were getting last week. Camille in a squash match. Yep. I got Statlander. Statlander does get the W. And we go back to this moment with Raw Jeff Jarrett. Willow can be AW's got that one. Spaz, thank you so much for the super chat. My two takes. I'd love them to surprise us with MCMG to MSK's tag title shot next week. Also, Lucha Bros, yes, but Penta in NXT, Phoenix on SmackDown. I think you could use the Lucha Bros more as a tag team than Phoenix as a singles or Penta as a single. I just think that there is a lot of kind of fast-paced high flyers. There's not a plethora of solid tag teams. That's my only take on that, is that I really think the Lucha Bros, especially if you can get Jose, because I think Jose is Alex Abrahantes, my bad. Alex is so underutilized and underrated. He brought so much to the table. Energy, great hype man. The Penta says stuff was great. So my money, you bring him, you have MSK kicking around, MCMG, you're working on a couple young tag teams. You have DIY that you're trying to rebuild. And again, what will help DIY get over with the fans again? If you have a banger match with some of these tag teams, and you keep bringing them in. Even Axiom and Frazier have impressed lately. That's kind of where I would lean. Could they separate at some point? For sure. But I think initially them as a tag team helped them more. 2-0. Phoenix and Penta will stay a tag team. There you go. If Shane comes in, I imagine he becomes number one contender. Yeah, I hope not. I hope not, Brian. I really hope that it's more of a manager. Like I said, when he when he got injured in WWE, I wanted him to come out in like the wheelchair or like the motorized cart, like Zeb Coulter, and be like a Dick Shane. But we never got that. So I think there's an opportunity here for Shane to walk in and kind of make it feel a little bit real if they can. You know, and kind of play back the old future of I've done this before. I bought one company, and oddly enough, people think your company's just like that company. So I'm fixing to buy yours too. I don't know. I think I could get into it. How hilarious and embarrassing for Tony if that was true, that he went on Twitter and he went on a tirade saying he's going to do an antitrust lawsuit on WWE with evidence. How hilarious and embarrassing. So you're saying it's not true? Because if it is true, again, it's childish. It's unprofessional. If you are going to sue the WWE, just sue them. You're not the first. You won't be the last. But again, I don't think the WWE is nervous, and I would love to see the evidence. Oddly enough, didn't somebody file a claim with the FBI on Tony? So I guess everyone's playing for tit for tat at this point. Is there any way to fix Ring of Honor? You got to make it matter. You got to make it important. You got to get your champions off Dynamite in weird Dynamite angles. You have all these Ring of Honor champions and Ring of Honor talent coming in to lose all the time. You got to make Ring of Honor special. If I've said this 1,000,005 times, but I would move it to Friday nights. Rampage is an afterthought. Nobody gives a fuck about Rampage. Rampage is all but become embarrassing for most of the time. If it was Ring of Honor Rampage and you just started putting bangers on it, like every week, 2 or 3 absolute bangers. Not a lot of story, very Ring of Honor true. Like a little bit of story where you need it, but go back to that Ring of Honor style, that Ring of Honor, what made Ring of Honor famous. And it's just like what made NXT Black and Gold so good. You might not even know the name of the 2 people, but they're going to give you a banger. And that's what I would do to fix Ring of Honor. You get it out from behind the paywall. You make it more accessible to more people. And you got to make it count. Like when you got Death Before Dishonor, your main show should be announcing it, talking about it. I don't expect promos or vignettes. Maybe a hype package a couple times for it. That would suffice. But you do have to let people know that it exists and that it matters. As we got Danielson in the ring, 2.4 on the Richter scale. I know they will. It's just what I think would be cool. Facts. Yeah, no, I'm with you. I mean, I see, you start talking about an Andrade versus Phoenix or Phoenix versus even a Javon Evans at some point. As we are getting the yes chance. By the way, Daniel Bryan trademark. Yes, yes, yes. Daniel Bryan got a smile on his face. But yeah, I mean, you got a lot of options, a lot of potential opponents. There you go. Big pop. The second Shane walks into AEW, the chances of WWE walking with AEW will never. Yeah, no, I mean, and again, what if part of this whole thing is Shane's like, you know what? They made my sister and her husband, like, and we saw it play out on WWE TV at times, but you made my sister and her husband, you gave them the company essentially. This is bullshit, and I didn't even get a chance to run it. I'm going to go help the other guy. Fuck you guys. When is next Texas Death Match? I don't know. It's been about a week, so give it probably a week. But good to see you, Richard. Manson. Jose? Yeah, my bad. I mixed up my managers. 5 out of 10. Everyone just throwing random numbers around. Like the belts, though. Who's another guy that Alex represents as a manager on AEW besides the Lucha Bros? Alex was weird. They had him kind of spread out with a few different people randomly too. Like, oh shit, who was it? Was it in Commander? Was one of them? Presence and promises. So that's what Daniel wants to talk about. We're getting yes chance again. Phoenix did follow Shawn Michaels recently. Interesting. I don't even know how people know that shit. That's awesome. What do you really know about the relationship between Shane and Steph and Triple H? Nothing. I know nothing. I know other people out there try and make claims like they're in the room and they know and they'll tell you and they'll scream at the top of their lungs about, I know, like they were there. We don't do that. I have no idea. We can speculate. There could be jealousy there. There could be resentment, or there could be peachy fucking key. And Shane just doing this for shits and giggles. We have no idea. None. Who are you removing from TV for these tag teams? Who are you removing from TV for these tag teams? Again, I think there's enough of the fluff, and when you're rotating this stuff in, you need a tag team division. And again, I think now we get tag team wrestling. I'm just hoping in those tag team spots that they're already utilizing, you get better tag team wrestling. That makes sense? Willow versus that deserves longer than 10 minutes. As Daniel Bryan shown his goosebumps. Use Ring of Honor early. 100%. That's exactly what they should be doing. Daniel Garcia, Wheeler Yuta, Nick Wayne. You have a lot of younger talent that you could be developing. Even wrestlers like an Anna Jay, who's been around for 5 years, who seemingly is getting better on her own. You have programs in place to build your future. What show are you and KJ? What show are you and Nick streaming on Saturday? Filson or SS? Billy? What? We're definitely doing SummerSlam. They need to get Ring of Honor away from the paywall and scrap Rampage and give Ring of Honor that spot. Exactly. All the above. I promise my family. His contract ends tomorrow. And the crowd goes boo. Ring of Honor should be AEW's NXT. Facts. I think Ring of Honor needs a purpose in NXT. Yeah, so I mean, a lot of us are kind of feeling the same way. Okay. Basically, focus on their own roster and win the partnership with CMLL, Stardom, AAA, New Japan. If those companies' top stars can't win or look good on AEW Dynamite, essentially it's a waste of time, because if you're just bringing them in to do jobs, there's no point. If you got your talent competing, you need clarity in your own. And again, if you want to do the partnerships, that's great, but you got to take care of in-house first. Like, again, it's great to invite people over, but when your house is a fucking shit show and a mess, it's a tough sell. Like, fix your shit up, put your house in order, have your shit dialed in, then invite people over. This is his last shot. He's going to win. Danielson is going to win at Wembley. There's doctors telling him he shouldn't wrestle, going to sell as hard. Do you think Axiom and Frazier will split after losing tag titles? They seem to be teasing it a little bit, Kyle. And I will be present for that moment. So he promises he'll be at Wembley, and it's his last shot. He's going to win it and then get a run and then either drop it on the way out or retire with the belt. Jose, the assistant, managed the Lucha Bros. Jose's good, though. I like Jose. Did I get it backwards? Commander, and Roosh. Alex was the interpreter for everyone who speaks. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you're not wrong. 100%. Whose house? Here comes Swerve. Swerve interrupting. So here's the interesting part with all this. Swerve went up against Ospreay. Swerve was getting over as a baby face. Fans were getting behind him. You want the fans to swerve when they drive. You got Nana hyping him up. And again, the booking for Swerve hasn't worked out so well. You separated him from Brian Cage. you really pushed him and gave him that babyface vibe. Then he goes up against Ospreay. He's got to be a little heelish, a little tweenerish. Wasn't so bad. Danielson now comes out, cuts a pure. This is Danielson's one last shot. The crowd's going to be more behind Danielson than Swerve. It's interesting booking. Bryan is leaving. Bryan is done. His bags are packed. He's ready to go. Bryan returned to WWE versus Cena. Yeah, you never know. Never say never. Bryan ain't leaving. I think he's going to stay true to it. I mean, again, do I think he's just going to walk away from AEW? No, but I don't think he's going to sign another contract. I don't think he's going to be locked into anything long term. I think he's going to be very just open to helping out, and maybe you bring him in for a match. But he keeps saying it. Doctors are telling him he shouldn't wrestle. You know, he's at the end of his rope. He promised he'd be there for his kids. I believe all of that. Bryan will just be a part-timer now, fact. Like a Legends contract. The first ever AEW Legends contract. See, this is where it gets confusing because now you got Swerve, who looks like a heel, got an attitude, but he got a manager hyping him up and getting the whole crowd cheering. And there's Danielson proving I'm a bigger star than you. Swerve has to go heel. If you're paying attention. I wish that AEW Women's Tag Team Champions in Philadelphia. I wish that AEW Women's. Well, if you're talking about having a women's AEW, you can't do that. You can't. Your division's not deep enough right now. Contract ends tomorrow, so cancel. Right? Word. Can you tell me more about the two guys you recently interviewed? I missed those because I was at the hospital with my brother and the fiance because they gave birth to their daughter. Well, congratulations to the family. Big shout out. That's a big moment. Only the one interview so far that went up recently, Anthony, and that was with Big Trouble Ben Bishop. Recently seen on Rampage, took an L to Roderick Strong, but a big guy coming out swinging. He's a great content creator. Go check him out. Makes funny stuff. Talks about the Shindy God and the Shindy promoter. Good clips, funny clips. Always poking fun at the IWC. Recently, or he's about to be on Jeff Jarrett's podcast. And a great interview, great insight from a big man trying to get into the business. Go check it out. I called this whole scenario in our Forbidden Door preview and predictions. I believe you, Anthony. I really do. But they're in a pit. It doesn't make sense now. To a point, right? Like, and again, everyone thought it was going to be Swerve and Hangman. I'm convinced that Danielson's winning. He wins, then drops the strap, then another boring contender bracket. I could see him going out, like saying, listen, I'm going to have a match and somebody's going to retire me. Maybe it's Hangman. You'll get the Bryan rub. Swerve. Yeah, so this is the heelish Swerve, which is counterintuitive to the guy standing behind him, hyping him up. Putting Swerve against another big baby face. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. I like both guys, and again, they're going to deliver a good match. But you hear, like, the fans don't know what to do right now. They want to cheer Swerve. Swerve's there with a hype man. And if you say the guys like Meltzer out there that say it don't matter, it fucking matters because you quiet your crowd. They should be booing right now, but they're not doing anything. But they're not booing. There's no heat here. Danielson wins it all out and drops the belt to Swerve it all in. Or wins it all in, drops it all out. Okay. That'd be interesting, Damien. Maybe Jose, the assistant, could be Jose's jacked, by the way, for Stephanie Vicker. Yeah. All right. I'm in. Bryan signing that lucrative Legends contract. You never know. You never know. But Danielson's got to get into that Hall of Fame, too. Don't forget that. There you go. See? After I'm done with you, you may never walk again. Ooh. That's a heel line. That's a heel cut. Think what happens if WWE contacts Bryan Danielson. Yeah, possibly. But remember, he really does love Tony Khan and what Tony Khan's allowed for him to do. Paying him a small fortune, work minimal, be home all the goddamn time, probably private jets wherever he wants to go. There you go. Daniel Bryan says, if I don't win, I will never wrestle again. Does that lock it in that Daniel Bryan is going to win? I say yes. What do you think? You think Shane will join AEW? I'm not, again, it seems like something you only dream of. The complete and utter fantasy. I kind of hope it happens, though. I just want to see the chaos. So you got a Swerve's house chant kind of murmuring in the background. And we get a handshake. So if Danielson loses, he will never wrestle again. Okay. AEW doesn't have enough over women for tag team titles. No, not at all. AEW would have the same problem WWE does with their women tag titles. Exactly. What new federation coming? Greg, you're going to have to elaborate on that one. Not enough TV time for the women tag team division either. Nope. And they're not booking, like, again, they're trying, and actually lately it's been a little bit better, but they're still trying to establish the two singles women's divisions. If you start watering it down with random tag teams, it's not going to be good. And the crowd goes flat. Yeah. So for those like Dave Meltzer who say babyface heel don't matter and you can be gray, and in this day and age, heels and baby faces are dead, you're wrong. You're wrong. And that's a perfect example of why you're wrong. When the audience and the fan base is conflicted, they go flat. They get twisted. They don't know where to go. They don't know who to cheer. They want to cheer for Bryan, but they also like Swerve. And Swerve's manager's telling them to swerve when they drive, but they don't know because they like Bryan. And Bryan's on his last run, and if he doesn't win, he's out. So they don't know. And when they don't know, they go quiet. They sit on their hands. They're uncertain. They're not sure who to cheer for. And it makes me laugh. And again, the people think it doesn't matter. But if Swerve was pure heel, came out, said, F you, F these people, I'm going to end your career, the crowd boos. They react. They feel it. They're into it. Okay, Jared and his group. Danielson's gonna fight Jeff Jarrett to prove that he's all in. And somehow Jeff Jarrett's group is a babyface group now too. But Jeff Jarrett's gonna fight Danielson. Keyshawn, you're getting a Jarrett match. As here comes the Undisputed Kingdom, and I'm not going to lie, I did not know they were still the Undisputed Kingdom. Did anyone else? Yawn. Best promo of the night? Nah, I think I got outdone by the earlier promo. I'm not going to lie. As the Undisputed Kingdom are coming out with the Beast Mortis and Roosh. What an odd hodgepodge. Folks, get your predictions in. The next match is coming up. 6-man tag action. Strong Roosh and the Beast Mortis. If Bryan wants to put someone over a Swerve win. Yeah, but again, from all reports and everything I think I know about Bryan, this isn't going to be his last match. Bye-bye, Bryan. Jeff and Danielson next week, I believe so. 6-man tag next. Yes, it is. I challenge Karen Jarrett to a match. Roddy, I second that motion. Swerve is not championship material. Manson, I disagree, but he's definitely not being booked in championship light. Here comes Mark Briscoe in the Conglomeration. Hateration, holleration. We don't need no. Hear that Scott is trying to start his own wrestling company? Maybe. I also heard reports that Freddie Prinze Jr. is still working away on his and feels like he's closer. So who knows? Maybe a bunch of shit, maybe Vince opens one. Everybody just open a wrestling company in 2025 and we'll have more and more and more and more wrestling to cover here at the Wrestling for Life Network. I disagree with Tuna, Dave Meltzer. He is wrong. That he is way wrong. That matters. No, I mean, again, and we had this whole talk about Toni Storm. Toni Storm was a baby face, but kept fighting heels that were acting like baby faces. When people are in the right role, when people are doing the right things, when people are behaving the right way, then you get big payoffs. As we are off and running, and Orange Cassidy doing the Matador gimmick with Black Mortis. Ole! Ole! So we have Orange Cassidy. Wee. Oh, and then he botched and he fell. So OC goes around and around and around and around and around and then falls. Not good. Yes. This 6-man tag match is what I call Yahtzee booking. It's a scrambled egg match. It's our weekly scrambled eggs. The Beast Mortis, nobody cares about. Ishi, technically not in your company. In the ring right now. Mark Briscoe at the side of the ring just watching, which is good. I guess technically, at least he's not in the ring. Roosh, again, we don't see much of Roosh. Remember when Roosh was going to challenge MJF and Roosh was going to be a big deal? Where's Roosh now? Big headbutt. Orange Cassidy on the outside recovering from his botch. Like, honestly, scrambled fucking eggs. Like, what a crazy... Like, this is hitting random on 2K. Like, oh, random, 6-man tag. There you go. This is what you get. As Ishi and Roosh are now in the ring. Why is Roosh even in this match? I have no idea. Random ass pairing of Roosh Strong. And yeah, again, do you guys know that Roderick Strong's in a faction? He leads a faction. He has 2 friends. Why isn't it Roderick Strong in the Kingdom? No, we're going to have the Kingdom stand at ringside and watch other people that have nothing to do with anything be in those spots. Why not use the faction? But Roosh and, yeah. And everybody's filming behind. Like, nobody's watching what's happening in the ring. Just for the record. I don't know what's happening, but you can see it on the hard cam that nobody was watching the ring. Paige Van Sant is Mammy. There you go. What happened to Paige? I liked Paige. Now Briscoe slides in and they exchange forearms and chops. So everybody's just taking turns. Sliding in, sliding out. What would be awesome if you had 4 men on the apron. You tag in and out, hit some moves, tag in and out. The bad guys cut off the ring. You tag in and out, work it over, get a hot tag. The bad guys come back, stop it a little. Another hot tag, everyone cheers, and then we go fucking home happy. This is nonsense. Briscoe gets Roosh. Roosh rolls out, and then someone else. Oh, no, we're going to get the dive spots now. And Callis is on commentary because why not just make this make even less sense? As Roddy in with a drop kick. Mark was thinking of going up over the chair, but not today. Roddy setting the chair up on the apron. Oh, shit. Roddy fell off the apron. Blockbuster to the floor. This show sucks. The show hasn't sucked. The last little bit hasn't been my favorite. As Mark Briscoe launching himself into Mortis and Roosh. This wild trios match. Shut up, Excalibur. Bullshit. But ladies and gentlemen, we go into picture in picture. We got a 6-man tag rolling. If you haven't made a prediction yet, make sure you do. Remember, we take a rating out of 10 at the end of the night. Yes, I know you might see other channels doing that too, but you know who started it first. But yes, we will take a rating out of 10 at the end of the night. This match is chaos. I will take a moment to remind everybody, SummerSlam preview show tomorrow, 8 p.m. here on the channel. Myself, Big Nick, Anthony. Gonna be a fun one. Do not miss it. Friday, 5 p.m., the SummerSlam kickoff press conference. I will be here live for that. Friday night, SmackDown, Rampage. Saturday, SummerSlam. 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be going live and here all night long. If you've ever been a part of our Saturday streams, they are insane. We have a fun time. It's going to be like no other. So be a friend, tell a friend. And if you know anyone out there that's not watching our watch-alongs, get them in here and be a part of the wrestling utopia. We got so much wrestling coming your way, folks, and we can't wait to bring you more. Talk about a smorgasbord. Facts. But imagine a smorgasbord where where you're not really a big fan of anything in it. Where's Wardlow? A wonderful question, noob. I believe that Wardlow is sitting outside a WWE offices waiting for his contract to expire. I'm confused. I'm so confused. Hilarious that the people feel this way. Spaz with more generosity. We appreciate it, sir. WWE always got slated as the so-called tossed-together teams, but the trios division in AEW is 3 guys tossed together or a guy in a tag team tossed together. So I'm glad I found your streams, my guys. Cheers. Thank you, sir. And we just call it the way we see it. And a lot of people, we just put that 2 singles guys together for a tag team and da-da-da-da. But AEW has been guilty of it too. They do it and but they do it as well. And this is it. Every week we get what I call the scrambled eggs, the Yahtzee match of just names out of a bucket. Oh, you go with him and you go with him. Doesn't matter if we haven't seen them on TV in months. It doesn't mean anything. It's not leading to anything. Then there's weird caveats like Don Callis on commentary. Why? Where are you going with this? Why is Callis here? What the fuck? Is Callis still trying to recruit OC? That doesn't make any sense. Stop it. The Beast signed with a yes. I remember they slightly announced that. Byron's really confused. Just picking matches out of a hat. At least matches are good, though. Well, again, if the match is good, you can get away with it to an extent, Adrian. I would argue that the beginning of this match wasn't a great start for me. I'm not really happy. Now that everyone's up and on the ring and it looks like a match, maybe we get something I can enjoy. He has a strong presence, but can he wrestle and perform? I bet if you put him in the performance center and gave him some time, you can perform. We've seen him perform. We saw him get a whole arena full of people on multiple occasions get behind him. So let's be real. Wardlow can do damage and Wardlow can be something. Imagine he was in a place where he could get better, where he could hone his craft, work on his talents. As Mark Briscoe in, throwing chops and forearms. Listening to Excalibur is the equivalent of getting a pizza stolen by a hungry seagull. I'm not quite, I haven't pieced all that together, but I'll take your word for it. I just settled in my new apartment and my sister after 2 years at a shelter after an attic fire 3 years ago. Shane McMahon in AEW. Wow, Curtis, what a transition. But yeah, speaking on fire, this match rolls on. But congratulations, my guy. I'm happy to hear that you're in a new apartment. We're happy to have you back. And Shane McMahon could be somewhat involved in AEW in some way, shape, or form. We have no idea how. We have no idea where. We have no idea when, but I'm sure we're going to find out. And we're probably going to be live when it happens. I hope he ends the show tonight. I hope like Darby and Hangman get in a fight and then Shane shows up. Wardlow is looking for houses near NXT Complex. Yeah. House shopping in Florida. Let's go. Okay, OC back in. The crowd is quiet. And that's the other part of this, guys, is listen how quiet the audience is. Big cheer for the Froggy Bow, though. Ishi with a big clothesline. Roderick's going to take the pin. Nope, this match is going to continue. Son of a bitch. I like when WWE's women's trios felt organic, that they're teaming for a reason. I don't know why Roosh, Mortis, and Strong, but that's the thing. As huge tope by Mortos. Thanks, Excalibur. OC with a tope. Mortis catches him, throws him in the apron. This match sucks. Like, Mark Briscoe is standing behind Mortis and just like not doing anything because it's not his cue. This shit sucks. And there, the heel sells to the crowd and does a dive. And then tells the crowd to fuck off after being like, cheer for me. My God, this shit makes me mad. KJ Roderick Strong is not in a faction. Yes, he is. Maybe. You made me doubt myself. Wardlow is looking for, with Ricky, 100%. 2 count. Ishii kicks out. You want it to feel like it means something. Oh, and that was the other point of this, Richard. Next week, they won't be a team. Next week, Roosh will be elsewhere. Like, there's, again, you can keep doing this because it doesn't go anywhere. It's just a match for a match. As blind tag, Mark's in, drop kicks Mortis. Belly to belly, into the corner. Ishii takes out Roosh. Roderick Strong takes out Ishii. Orange Cassidy super punches Roddy. Mortis. Samoan drop. You hear the tone in my voice as I go through these moves. Mortis hooking on Mark. Mark with a reversal as expected. Mark under kick. Oh, setting up the J Driller. Waits for a headbutt from Roosh, even though he saw it coming. Oh, that looked brutal. And the heels win. Who the fuck saw that coming? Marty's pins Mark Briscoe. Somebody help me. I don't get it. I thought Roosh with Callis. I don't know. So the Beast Mortis is getting love and getting W's and putting Mark Briscoe on his shoulders. And they're checking on Mark right now. Mark went down hard. OC's booking is just directly. Another guy. We've seen OC pretty much every week, multiple times a week for 5 years. I don't think there's anything wrong with OC taking 5-6 months off. I don't. Now we're with the Acclaimed and Billy Gunn. Billy's still a good promo. I like it. The show isn't bad, but I'm not impressed. Not impressive. Is happening outside of the MJF Ospreay segment and Swerve Danielson promo. The show's not bad. Even that match was, it had its moments. But again, you heard my tone of like, it's his turn to do a move. Now it's her turn to do a move. The next guy does a move. Then the next guy does a move. It's very simplistic. It's very meh. It's very been there, done that. And this is where you kind of had a bunch of good stuff going on. And then it's like almost you don't have enough quality content to fill the whole show. Is that the problem? It kind of feels like, you remember when Raw, like the middle of Raw was really shit? That's what this feels like. The middle of the show is really shit, but it's only a 2-hour show. There you go. Our commercial counter is back. Wardlow looks like Ethan Page on steroids. I'd take it. What was the purpose of cutting Wardlow's ponytail? None. Again, no foresight, no long-term thinking. None of it made sense. You might as well have cut his balls off on TV. And that's it. It all ended. It all went away. Like, he had this whole thing about his dad and and it just died. It just died. So are the Acclaim going heel? And are they challenging FTR? Okay. As ladies and gentlemen, we go into picture in picture, which is a weird time for picture in picture, as AEW has nothing but black on the screen. I'm not sure if you guys are getting anything in your picture in picture, but we are rolling along, folks. We still got just about 30 minutes left on the clock, just over 30 minutes. Make sure you are here tomorrow for our SummerSlam preview show. Back on Friday, SmackDown Rampage Saturday night, 5 p.m. We go live, early one. So grab your dinner, grab your snacks, grab all the feel good, and be there for SummerSlam Saturday night. It's going to be a fun one here on the channel. And we got so much more coming your way, folks. Working on more interviews. We got some members-only stuff coming up, and we're working on revamping some things as well. So stay tuned for that. Oh, and by the way, we did just drop some new merch. So go check out the merch store, the Brunch with the Boys, Summer Tour 24 tees have just dropped, like our concert t-shirts. On the front, it's a funky little logo. And then on the back, it's the tour dates of all the brunches we've done in the summer of 2024. So go check out that t-shirt now. And if you're feeling generous and you want to feel a part of the family, get yourself some merch. We also dropped our podcast Mark t-shirt as well. So lots going on here at the channel. And we appreciate everybody for joining us tonight and any other night for any other moment. Why does the Acclaim always sound like they are pooping? That's a interesting question. Yeah, it's a lot of teeth gritting. I guess that's their way of conveying anger. It actually feels like we're getting a heel Acclaimed, and they want FTR. FTR is trying to get a match versus the Bucks at All In. Okay, so how does the Acclaim tie into that? What's Mark Briscoe chair shot to Matt Jackson necessary? Blood and guts. What Corey Graves was talking about. This one's a tough one. I'm of two minds. And again, do I want anyone to get hurt? Nope. But if you agree to do something as a grown adult, I feel like what's changed in time is as adults, once upon a time, you could make a decision. I want to play this sport. I want to do this activity. And as an adult, I will accept money to allow me to do so. And then as we got into, the 2010s, the 2020s, things changed and people wanted to make decisions on behalf of other people. So without being very long-winded, Damien, Jack Perry gets paid very big money to do what he did. And he made that choice. He could have said, no, I don't want to do it. It's not good on me. I get it. It's dangerous. But he's getting paid a whole lot of money to take those risks. No different than any other athlete. Oh, you might get concussions well, then don't play football. Go play badminton. If you want to be a football player, you want to be a hockey player, if you want to be in a competitive physical sport, you run the risk. Now, I get it. The company has to protect people to an extent, but let's be real. Now, one thing this did expose is we got Mariah May with Renee Paquette. Renee in a completely different outfit, completely different setting. The other part of this is, fine. Was it necessary? No, none of that was necessary. That whole blood and guts sucked, guys. And I know people out there said it was good. It sucked. Even the big spots. Darby off the top of the cage was meh. Wasn't that big of a deal. Fucking the table spot on the side where you hit 3 out of 4 tables, meh. It was one of those like, oh, I'm just diving back. It wasn't an exciting match. The ending was a shit show. So was it necessary? No. But what it did prove is what lengths Dave Meltzer will go to lie on behalf of AEW. And another embarrassment of Dave Meltzer coming out saying, well, they shaved down the chair. It was a gimmick chair. Shut the fuck up. You're lying. You're lying through your teeth. Someone sat in the back and ground down the fucking chair so it didn't. Who gives a shit? You're getting hit with a piece of metal on top of the head. Again, at the end of the day, probably not a necessary spot. Again, am I all like, liberal PC about like, oh, we can't hurt each other. Listen, you offer me $500 to crack a chair over my head, I'm going to let you do it. And if I get dizzy from it, that's on me. That was my choice. I'm a grown ass man. And I think people get worked up about this shit. Should it happen? No. Does it run risk? Yes. But at the end of the day, it didn't mean anything. And that's what bothers me the most. If you're going to set someone on fire, if you're going to shove someone off a cage, if you're going to crush someone's head with a chair, Make it mean something. And here's Toni Storm losing her mind. You said you loved me. Okay, I don't know how I feel about this. Thank you, chair. I'm getting LOLs. I like your take on the whole Shane TK thing. Look, a simplified take on this whole thing as Toni's hitting herself in the head with a shoe. Okay. Toni has lost her fucking mind. Maybe this has this gone again. Now is Toni the heel? Did they make Mariah the baby face? I'm fucking confused. But to simplify my take on Shane is Shane signing with AEW would cause more chaos than anything. No matter if it goes bad or good, it's just good for business. And I say, let it happen. I'm all for chaos. I'm all for clicks. I'm all for reasons for fans to tune into wrestling. When the wrestling's hot, we're hot. I'm all for it. Go Shane. As we are getting a replay from San Diego Comic-Con, as Britt Baker was trying to get after Poison Ivy and Bane. Shane will be another of TK's real-life action figures. But I think Shane has enough clout that it's not that much. Like when you're a young wrestler or a wrestler that's kind of not being valued by the WWE, and Tony Khan's like, oh, I'll give you $5 million. I'll give you $3 million. Yeah, you're kind of under his thumb. Oh, shit. Yeah, I better shut up. And like, yes, whatever you want, Tony. You're making me rich, Tony. You're extending my career, Tony. Shane's not like that. Shane doesn't need this job. Shane doesn't need to work with Tony. If Shane signs up for this, Shane wants to make it happen. So I don't think it's going to be a case of Shane comes in like any other wrestler and then is subject to Tony's creativity. If that happens, if Tony just starts running his will over what Shane thinks is good, they're going to implode. And we'll have a fucking CM Punk 2.0. As the CEO's here with Camille making her in-ring debut. I missed the young lady's name who she's fighting. She's familiar, to be honest. Mud Show fans coming after Jimmy Corderas for speaking about the head trauma and the friends he lost, coming after Graves for speaking about it. Headshots, his own lost memory is kind of gross. Again, and actually, big shout out to Ben Bishop, who we did interview. He talks about this. He mocks the IWC about this topic all the time. We talk about it all the time. Again, and I don't think it's just wrestling fans. It's a weird thing that's happened over a little while of we can disagree. Like I said, I don't necessarily feel like we need to protect everybody. Like we give you the helmet, we give you the shoulder pads, you go play the sport. If there's physical consequences to making that choice, fine, but you have to allow the adults to make the adult decisions. Other people don't agree with me, like Corey Graves. We know the consequences of taking shots like that. Maybe we shouldn't do it. Fine. I've never done it, not at that level. So it doesn't matter what the fuck I think. He legitimately has lost his memory. If anyone else has had concussions out there, you know what it's like when you can't remember certain parts, certain things. But you're allowed to have that opinion without having people want you to die or think you're an idiot, or people that have never left the fucking house or left the base. And by the way, Camille destroyed her opponent, if anybody was wondering. That's the thing. I mean, again, you have a valid reason to think the way you do. You 100% have a valid reason to be told to die or fuck off or you're an idiot. Again, by people that have no clue, kills me. The stripper dance, yeah, I'm so sick of the dance. But again, I mean, it makes her a heel. Like, this is beautiful. This is the first shit I've liked is Camille and Sasha the last 2 weeks. And she getting booed. Agreed. Thank you. Camille doesn't get an entrance. No, she is Sasha's lackey. Mercedes looking hot. Again, maybe. if you're into that. Announcing Britt versus Mercedes at Comic-Con was interesting. I don't mind that. That's where we talk about trying to utilize social media, utilize other avenues. I'm okay with it. Did it have the impact they were hoping? Maybe, maybe not, but I'm okay with it. I'm sorry I was staring up your dress. Oh, okay, AJ. 30 seconds for both Mariah and Toni. So weird. Where's Kilogram? Hologram, Kilogram, they save Kilogram's in the back of Gorilla, but Hologram they save for Collision apparently, which is baffling. The whole hologram thing's really confusing for me. Toni Storm is now Harley Quinn. No, not quite. So the EVPs have suspended Britt Baker. So Toni made the match, but the EVP suspended Britt. Anybody? Anybody? Somebody help me. Taya Valkyrie and Johnny TV fought Meatwad at San Diego Comic-Con. There you go. Announcing Britain versus Mercedes Comic-Con. Got that one. Is that a good thing? Yeah, I mean, again, I don't think it hurts. Camille doesn't get an entrance. Nope. Camille wins. Stripper dance. Brittany Jade for the win. Yeah, go Brittany Jade. Next week, next Wednesday, AEW Dynamite. Roman, what? Toni Storm is doing a great job with her gimmick. I've been a big advocate of Toni Storm, Joe. I really have. I'm right there with you. I support it. I like it. I think it's good. I wonder at times like tonight, when you don't have the right positioning, does it feel a little over the like too much? Like it just does it feel silly? Like did tonight achieve what she was hoping? I don't know, but not bad. The last little bit of this show's been a little bit wobbly. Ken, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm really trying to enjoy and understand the show. Why is there so many belts on the show? Everybody has a belt. Damn near love your content. Ken, thank you so much for the love and the kind words. Again, I talked about this earlier, and I dial it back to, please, Tony Khan, keep it simple. And again, this isn't hate. This isn't negativity. It's as a fan, there's too many belts. Why are you doing Eliminator title, Eliminator matches for titles that aren't yours? Why are you doing, defending New Japan belts and CMLL belts and all these other belts on your show? Simplify it. Make it very clear who your champions are. You got Ring of Honor champions being pinned. You got Ring of Honor tag champs running around. It's complicating things that don't need to be complicated. That's the frustrating part for me is it's not adding value to the show. It's hurting the show, but it seems like such a necessary thing for Toni to do. But it's going out of your way to fuck up. It's going out of your way to color outside the line. That's my issue with it. It's so simple to fix this problem. Just AEW champions, AEW belts only, unless there's something special happening. You're doing a Forbidden Door and the New Japan champion wants to challenge your champion. Great, now it's exciting. But anybody that walks through the door from another company with a belt, nobody gives a fuck about because everybody has a fucking belt. Yeah, I think there's a better way to go about this. When Britt going to get some backup? All in, I think. But I don't even know how this plays out because I don't see Britt beating Mercedes. Then does Britt get a rematch? Does she beat her then? I don't know. The rumors and my thought, Jamie Hayter comes back. But again, Camille, Jamie Hayter, I wonder size-wise how much they match up. Camille gives me Jade Cargill vibes, very much so. Very much so. I thought her neck said monk. I didn't catch that. When Britt got that one. Thank you again so much for the super chat. AW needs to split brand. No. You can't water down this product any more than you have. You cannot water down this product. You need to maximize your top talent. You need to stop overusing the talent that doesn't deserve to be used. You got to give us less of the stuff that doesn't work. If you think of splitting brands is a terrible idea, but you do need to connect the dots, and you have to give us a reason to tune in on for Collision. Your story should bleed from one to the next, and it should tie in. Give me a reason to show up to each show, and you're not doing the best of jobs. I think a brand split would hurt the company right now. As here comes Hangman, we're heading into the main event. It's Adam Page coming out. Folks, what is your prediction? Do you got Darby? Do you got Hangman? Hologram meets kilogram. It's all, yeah, no shit. That's why we can't see him. He just disappears like the fucking Flash. All that kilogram. I'm a huge fan of Storm, and I can't stand the black and white actor gimmick, but I respect how much she puts into it. You can't knock her hustle. I don't mind it. I think at times, again, I think it comes off odd when you don't have the opponent. Like, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So when she's kind of reacting and going through these moments, you don't really have that person there to give back. You did Mariah May did that segment. So why not do Toni gets a vignette and it's all about, she broke my heart, and make it dramatic and theatric, and then you convey it. But Toni running out on the stage and hitting herself with a shoe like she's one of the fucking Animaniacs, to me, that isn't the best delivery. And that's where the gimmick stands out as, oh, that's kind of fucking dumb. It looks kind of dumb because it's not positioned against what it's supposed to be. Maybe there's a long-winded answer to say they could have done it better. But I got to give Toni credit. I think Toni's a phenomenal talent. An amazing competitor, a beautiful woman. She's got a lot of talent, a lot of upside. She's one of the two people that I think WWE, if Trips could have got them back before Vince had fucked it up, she's one of them that I think he'd really try to get his hands on. But here comes Darby Allin. But thank you again, Spaz. Thank you. Mercedes needs a Heyman-type manager to do the talking for her. Not necessarily. She did an okay promo tonight. As a heel, she's okay because she's really annoying when she talks. Mone is a great heel. Yes, Damien, we agree. She's winning me over. This whole Camille Mercedes relationship, pure heel. Again, what we talked about with Swerve and Danielson. When you have a clear baby face that everybody wants to win, Britt Baker. You have a clear heel that people don't like, Mercedes. And you dig in. Then you give Mercedes a heater to give her even more advantage over the baby face that everybody wants to win. Now you're cooking. Now you're getting into the money. Now you're storytelling. You have a protagonist and antagonist, and you push it forward, and it works. That's when it works. When you got all these tweeners, the crowd goes meh. The crowd goes mid. The crowd goes mild. And you don't get where you need to go with any of this. So Darby sitting in the corner, Paige staring him down. I'm sorry, I almost fell asleep during Mercedes promo. Sapphic contradicting everything I just said. When you work with a system, promos can be hindered. Hidden or hindered? Gerald, welcome. No, Damian Heater, she sucks badly on promos. Is it that her sucking makes her more healable? You're like, this is fucking brutal, but she thinks she's great. Jamie Hayter turns on Britt at All In, and they have a match. Damian, that'd be fucked up. We're off and running. Drop kick. And Hangman to the outside. She has cool hair, though. She's not a great heel. She can't talk. That's fair. I was trying to give her credit. I finally start supporting this lady, and I'm losing the battle. I think her promo tonight and last week were better because she's better at being a heel. It's better than being a babyface. She's god-awful as a babyface. As Darby goes for the coffin drop on the outside, gets hit with a suplex, and Hangman Page getting some heat with a little guy. And a fan, too. Spaz, the black and white gimmick is so done now. Yeah, but now we're still kind of stuck in it, right? So, again, it's interesting. Mercedes is a great heel. She's always been a great heel. This is what I've been waiting for. She's a great in her character. It's not a character. She is naturally that person. She's naturally got a chip on her shoulder. She naturally has an inflated ego. By the way, Hangman's got a chair. Darby's crawled up the ramp. Is this no DQ? Is this FTW rules? What is happening here? Clover Valley Magnum TA, Corey. That's cute. Hangman. Oh, Darby going up. What the fuck? Darby on the side of the tunnel. Coffin drop onto Page. Crowd is weak. Crowd is bored. Hangman should win, although Darby is a favorite. A TK, so Darby will win. Hangman's also a favorite. So these ones are always the fun ones, Jason. I think Hangman's going to go over. But again, I don't know. Darby's the number one contender for 2 belts. Like, maybe we don't get a finish. But no count out. As we go to pitcher in pitcher. Thank you, Excalibur. Hangman for the win. I wish Tony Khan should book FTR versus Young Bucks versus Acclaim Tag Team 3-Way and Ospreay versus MJF American title and Texas Death Match at All In. Look, just going for all the cliches. Young Bucks acclaimed FTR in a 3-way doesn't really. Again, I just kind of want a rivalry. I don't really feel FTR Young Bucks at this point. Acclaimed have been a mess. I don't know. We don't need the Texas Death Match, but Ospreay and MJF are going to fight for that belt, and it's going to be phenomenal. I hope they don't over gimmick it. I really hope. Hangman got that one. Crowd is weak. No, Hangman for the win. Mercedes trained in North Andover, Mass in a gym the size of a boxing ring. She got lucky. Now she's an overpaid hack. Sounded like an inspirational story right to the end. The twist. The M. Night Shyamalan twist, as we are in pitcher. Adam Hangman Page in control of Darby. Her success went to her head. And again, she's a very talented woman. I don't want to take anything away from her. I was watching a Bailey documentary thing today. And Bailey and Sasha, I mean, you don't get those moments unless both competitors can do it. Her coming in as a baby face and all this talk about how great she is, I think that what bothers me the most. And then a lot of the fans out there that just blindly love her no matter what she does, that they kind of got on my nerves. 3K crowd and in a 5K arena, it will be weak. That's true too. I've been waiting for this one. It should be a good one, Ken. Get your predictions in, by the way, if you haven't already guessed. By the way, I haven't checked on the poll in a while. Oh, no, I got rid of the poll. That's right. Darby wins. Why do so many matches turn into no DQ? The ref should do his job. I just think, again, if you're good at wrestling, if you're good at pro wrestling, you can stay in the ring and tell a story. You can stay in the ring and make it work. It doesn't all like, again, when you can't believe in the company to uphold some form of the rules, it gets a little wobbly, and it takes the legitimacy and the validity that you're trying to convey away from the fans. You insult our intelligence when it doesn't, you can, it's a title match. The ref's being lenient. All right, well, now tonight's a main event. He's being lenient again. All right, why don't you guys just say you don't do countouts? Just make it simple. There are no countouts in AEW. We're good. Move on. But the rules matter. The ref matters. And the rules and the ref are so much a part of the storytelling and the psychology. And I think it's an unutilized part of AEW. They got refs that are absolutely useless. And one in particular just would rather pose than, be a ref. So it's tough. I don't care about Mercedes Mone struggling on the mic. Great wrestler. There you go. Lost Ken. If this is this is not a DQ match. Not officially. They're back in the ring. Hangman is in control. They have been dragging the Acclaim tag title shot. It's been weird though, right? They got involved in blood and guts. Darby got a title shot, so maybe they deserve one. FTR wants a title shot. Maybe they deserve one. I don't know. But you imagine the Young Bucks are going to fight somebody at Wembley. I work with a guy who trained her. Oh, that's awesome. Nice. As right now, Hangman is walking down the ref. So, again, very heel Hangman. Even though Hangman was reluctant to help the heel team last week, which made no sense. And we got a bit of a split crowd chant, to be honest. There's people chanting, let's go Hangman. Brian Fury. Oh, nice. She's got more for that should be a 5-head. Darby wins. Hangman Adam Page for the win. Lights out! Lights out, except the LEDs. The announcement, some of the lights. What is happening, folks? We see the ref walking back and forth. The LEDs have not gone out. Darby's down. Hangman. Lights restored. That was just a holy oops. Did somebody just hit the switch? Did Hangman fall on the extension cord? Was it Clark W. Griswold involved in this situation? So that apparently was just a botched light spot, folks. She doesn't feel overpaid, Richard. She is grossly overpaid, but you can't knock someone's hustle. She talked somebody into giving her that money. Good for her. The WWE wasn't going to give her to her. Toni was. Good on him. Evil Knievel versus Roy Rogers. Let's go. Going all the way back. I see what you did. As now we got stairs in this one-on-one match. The ref is kind of counting, but Adam Page ignores it and the ref stops. The ref has to have some discretion. There's a reason I never liked Charlotte Flair, because she has the biggest ego I have ever seen, but she backs it up. Oh, Darby up and over. Oh, crossbody. Runs Darby into the post, and the ref still stands there confused, doesn't know what to do with his fingers or his hands. Give us the old school 20 count instead of 10. Give us something, right? Just because then it's all those little details that add to urgency, add to the moment, add to the chaos that's going on. Another power bomb, 2 power bombs on the apron as Hangman is just wasting Darby. 3. Good job, KJ. 3. I claim beating the Bucks 2 months ago feels worthless now. Yep. Tony Khan getting hit and beat up feels worthless. Showing the security footage feels worthless. Anything with the Elite, worthless. Signing Okada, worthless. The whole scenario is not good for your company right now. And this match is way slower than I thought it was going to be. And Hangman throws Darby into the stairs, fall away slam. And still no count from the ref. Right? Stay in the ring and wrestle. You just wrestle. If you're good at wrestling, you can get in the ring and make it work. I'm not saying never leave the ring, but every match leaves the ring. 6-man tag all over the fucking place tonight. Will Ospreay, Lance Archer made it out to the floor. Every match goes to the floor. It's not, again, if you didn't do it 3 or 4 times tonight, then when Hangman does it, you're like, oh shit, the stairs. Oh shit, he's out. Oh shit, a tope. But when you do it too often, it loses its luster. And again, a lot of times the hardcore shit, the stairs and the running around the ringside and kendo sticks and weapons are just a way to cover up the inability to actually wrestle. Monet has the biggest ego. The tag titles have never felt more like props than right now. Yeah, and I agree. And again, that's not just an AEW. I'm not just giving. The problem is the Young Bucks make them feel very propish, but tag team wrestling in general is struggling. We're having a little bit of problem. I do believe I see Triple H trying to augment that. As long as the Young Bucks are your tag title, your tag team champions, you're going to hinder your division. It's just the way it is. You're not building anything of excitement. You're not building anything noteworthy. You're not making any of this feel like, oh shit, these teams are going to kill each other. What's going on? Forgot to pay the bill. Lights out. Yeah, I think somebody rolled over on the extension cord. Charlotte Flair is the biggest ego in wrestling. Oh, Charlotte Flair, what do you mean she doesn't put women over? She's lost her belt how many times? Think about it. Think about it. For all the time she won it, she had to lose it. Again, and she is the top as far as being a heel. She's not a great promo, but she's a good heel promo. And physically, she's dominant. That was a malfunction, 100% a malfunction. As we go back to picture in picture, this match has been a little more methodical and slower than I thought, which I mean, not terrible for if you're Adam Page trying to slow this one down, just not quite what I expected. That layout felt like a botch, but it was probably the Bucks. Then you would call out to it, wouldn't you? It was definitely a botch if I was to be asked. Though Meltzer's probably already tweeted, it's okay, I checked with Toni, and it was TNT's fault or some arena guy's fault. It wasn't AEW. AEW didn't do anything wrong. We checked into it. It wasn't AEW's fault. Probably already out there. She is told what to do. There you go. Toni can overpays for garbage like an NFL owner. To an extent, to a degree. And again, when you are the smaller company, you might have to overpay for some talent because you don't have all the intangibles that your competitor has to offer. It's no different than sports of like, yeah, you can go to the Yankees and they might pay you a little bit less, but you're gonna be in New York. You're gonna be you have access to these deals and these contracts and this and that. So if you're a smaller market team, you might have to offer a little more. The issue I think Tony Khan's running into is overpaying and he's getting no return. Like he's not utilizing it to the max. Like you should treat them like you paid them. Ball away slam is the beating. The passion of the Darby continues. I've been to that arena several times. It was AEW's fault. Anthony, thank you. I appreciate it. Might be my tag team of the year. You know what? They kind of got overlooked a little bit, and I think they've come a long way, and they've had a pretty good run as of late. So we'll see how the rest of this year pans out. I think they're actually going to break up, which might be terrible timing, but you got to give them some credit. You're not wrong, Wrestling Overtime. Do picture in picture, but without AEW in any of the picture. Or earlier, I got picture in picture with nothing, with just black. I know, yeah, Kane. It was Kane. Darby is a ragdoll. They're back out on the stairs, but Paige taking the bump. And the ref fucking out to lunch. And then when Darby claws the eyes, the ref runs over. Hey. He just smashed him on stairs. Why does the eye gouge cause you to react, but beating him up on stairs doesn't? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Oh my God. Battering ram through the ropes. Jesus Christ. Sorry. Holy shit. Where are they tonight? Greensboro, South Carolina. As we get This Is Awesome chance. Do you think Shane will be a game changer in AEW? Henry, if done right, I 100% think he could be. Now, when you say game changer, do I think they're going to be doing, big WWE numbers overnight? No. But do I mean as far as legitimizing them, giving them some direction, giving them a storyline that's like uber compelling that you can't tune out of? He's got that potential. He's definitely got that potential to, maybe they start seeing, 900,000 on a Wednesday, 1 million on a Wednesday, because this week Shane McMahon and Tony Khan are going to have a face-to-face, or, Shane McMahon's hijacking the show. You got to see what's happening. He can help. He can be a needle mover. Just because of his name alone, we're all talking about it. We can't discredit that. And I'm not saying, it's going to be magic. I just on name value. We got code red. 2 count. As Darby had a belt, so the no DQ match continues. South Carolina, Greensboro. That's deep. What did I miss? What I miss? Oh, I got that one. The Bucks haven't defended the belts once. Wish both WWE and AEW would treat the World Tag. Yeah, I agree. Again, I don't want to just pick on AEW for this. I really do believe. I do believe that Triple H is trying to put pieces in place to fix this. I do think there's a theory behind. Again, the Bloodline might be tag team champs by the end of the week. Buckshot gets blocked by a lariat of Page's own. Darby went for the buckshot. This is incredible, they say. Oh. Who's a better All Elite wanker? Dave Meltzer or Mike Sedgwick? Meltzer takes the cake. And on any of these categories, Spaz. And I think it's hilarious, but I'll let Mikey off the hook on this one. Meltzer wins all the prizes. All the dipshit prizes go to Meltzer. Like I said, he's out there trying to convince people that they were in the back, thinning out a metal chair so it didn't fuck up, Jack's head is bad. Like, just say what I said. He signed up. He agreed to it. Fuck off. They paid him a huge amount of money to take that table shot. It's like signing up to be a stuntman and then being like, oh, I don't really want to get hurt when I take this bump. What'd you sign up for? Did anybody catch what just happened in my life? That is hilarious. But Darby is down. Did anybody see that? Son of a bitch. Adam Page picking Darby up. And if anybody didn't see that, there a little fly may have just been inhaled by yours truly. As I was talking, the little mosquito-looking motherfucker just went down my throat. As he hits a dead eye, like this has been the passion of Darby just continues. They are destroying him. What's up, Jeff Jarrett facing Daniel Bryan's? Yeah, it's fucking weird. Doom, 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 doom. You have All In coming up, and the biggest talking point right now is Shane O'Mac. Facts. Now, here's the dilemma they run into, is if they don't, if nothing happens, if that picture got leaked and they never work with Shane, it actually hurts them. Because everyone's kind of buzzing, like, oh, what's this? What's this? What's this? If it doesn't come to fruition, people are like, oh, okay. And they go back to doing their other programming. Thanks. It's fucking Iron Man just fucking working through it. I'm good, guys. I'm good. My eyes are watering and I can feel a tickle. Wait, no. Pause on all that. Pause on that too, Tony. Yeah, I don't know why. The refs should just sit in the turnbuckle. The AEW refs should be given like lifeguard booths, like seats. Like they just sit beside the ring on a chair. And then all they got to do is when there's a pin, they dive off the chair like David Hasselhoff. As Darby gets the roll up. Oh, okay. Interesting. Prime Shane versus Darby should have been crazy. Stupid way. Yeah, two guys that don't know when to say no. I really hope Shane doesn't go that route. He's a father. He's 50. Hangman going under the ring, throwing chairs. So Hangman obliterated Darby for the better part of 20 minutes. And then Darby got a roll up. Darby gets the win, folks. And Hangman is having an absolute tantrum. And Darby flips off Hangman. What does Hangman do? You could have brought Hangman back and just made him a heel. All you had to do was have Hangman show up and fuck over AEW. And then everybody would have booed him for siding with the Elite. Then they come on TV and explain, we had some differences. We buried the hatchet. My friends, the EVPs, and I came to a conclusion that I'm not suspended anymore, and we are going to make AEW great again. That's all they had to do with Hangman. They fucked it all up. I think I'm bad. I think I'm good. Okay, no, I'm going to join the bad team, but I don't want to help the bad team. Now I'm going to fight the baby face, and I'm going to treat him like I'm a pure heel. Then I'm going to throw a temper tantrum even though I lost. You fucking it up. Tell me if I'm wrong, folks. As we go off the air tonight, Dynamite is concluded. Darby picks up the win over Hangman. A very interesting night, not a bad night. I'm going to be very clear on that. I thought tonight had a lot of solid components to it. The back half struggled a little bit. Hangman going back to drinking. Oh, shit. I hope not. Please let this show end. The ending of that show was anticlimactic. I thought it was leading to something. I thought maybe the Bucks would come out. I thought Okada maybe, because you remember at Blood and Guts, Hangman had to be threatened, get in this ring or else. Okay, so is there no beef to hatch out? The Young Bucks could have shown up tonight, or Okada could have shown up tonight, kicked Hangman in the head, but now Hangman's a heel, which he refused to work with the heels. Why not just have them all work together? Keep it simple, stupid. I can't say it enough when it comes to this shit. Hangman could have just came back and been a heel. And the sympathizers for AEW out there are going to say, well, you got to understand, he wasn't. No, it's bad. There was a way to work it, and there was a way to write it proper. And if you have them when you get your wrestlers that you pay millions of dollars to commit, you're not allowed to be tweeners. The only people that can be tweeners are the ones that think the ones that were heels that the fans start to cheer organically. Those who get to be tweeners. You can't make tweeners. Tweeners happen organically. So, Hangman, you're not 1 week a bad guy, 1 week a good guy, next week a bad guy, next week you have a conscience, the following week you don't. You just come back and be an asshole. Be an asshole. Every time the fans see you, you're an asshole. Be an asshole. We'll let you beat up some non-assholes, and then people think you're a bigger asshole. Simple. This 50-50 booking doesn't work for anybody. OMG. 5-5-7, says Bradley. The Elite is finished. They weren't even on the show tonight, were they? No Okada tonight, no Young Bucks tonight. Am I correct in that? 6. So Hangman no longer has Swerve feud and loses to Darby via roll-up. Darby's got a title shot. Hangman doesn't have a title shot. You see where we get, it's all fucking messy. And then what? Hangman just shows up next week and claps Swerve with a chair? What? Like, where do you go with this? Are you trying to position it that Hangman's all depressed and sad and ends up joining the Elite again because of that? Well, then you should have just done it in the beginning and did it like a man, not like a pussy, and going in the back door. Walk in the front door like a cowboy. Be strong. Give us some cowboy shit. Stop being all emotional. Be angry. Be a dickhead. I don't know why this is complicated. It shouldn't be complicated. 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10. 4 out of 10, says Dale. Woo! 6 out of 10. Disappointing end. Good start. 6 out of 10. No drinking, but it's true. Some did their best work on the sauce. Facts. 5 out of 10 from Ken. Interesting. 5. 7.5. Damien, good shout. What's Hangman's match at All In? Is it Okada? We don't know. Again, was there any indication tonight of what Hangman is doing moving forward? Unless they're building a rivalry between Hangman and Darby, like Hangman shows up at Grand Slam and fucks Darby over, maybe, but they're not selling us on that. Hangman doesn't seem to be on a path to anything right now. No Nick Wayne's mom, 0 to 10. Fair. I'll give you that. 5 out of 10. Safit. Oh, wow. 4.5. 6. Wow. I'm a little surprised that it wasn't a little bit higher from people tonight. I've heard the deal is done with Toni. Shane is come to AEW. Interesting. 7.5 on the night. That ruined Hangman. It didn't help Hangman. And Hangman might have been already kind of previously ruined, semi-ruined. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where it goes. I'm really confused. I'm very firm that Nick Wayne's mom stuff, no pun intended. Questionable booking in the main event and 6-man tag. 6-man tag was a waste of time, and it means nothing. And again, the heels win, so it's confusing. There's always a Dark Order. Fact. Hangman needs Jelly Roll as a manager. Random, but okay. 7 4/5. Okay. 5 out of 10 says Eric. 9 out of 10. I'm mad at Tony Khan didn't use the botch to get people talking. If the show would have ended with a masked man at the top of the arena and all the Shane talk, everybody, that JV, you're fucking onto something. That's actually smart. Have the announcers be like, who is that figure up there? And even if it's not Shane, just to fuck with people. I think that's genius. Any matches? There was one. I can't remember what it is. For my money, folks, great promo to open the show. Back and forth, MJF, Ospreay, fine. Though it didn't really advance any further than we've already had it. Been there, done that a couple times already. Kyle Fletcher eventually coming out after the match. I thought Lance Archer and Ospreay were fine in a throwaway match, though. Kyle Fletcher did really decent promo, but him and MJF battling and having an argument, to me, don't do it. Focus on the two guys that are pissed. Then going into, we had Jericho for a brief minute. That wasn't great, of course. What other matches do we have? This was a fucking 6-man match. The women's match was decent. Other than it being an eliminator match, which it shouldn't have been, the women's match was decent. What am I gonna? I was gonna give tonight a pretty decent one. I'll give it 6.5. I mean, I like the most. I didn't think it was boring. I think that's where I'm gonna go with it. Again, not my favorite show. The back half might have been a little boring, actually. I think we did more talking here than watching the show. Tony Storm, Mariah May, meh. Yeah. I mean, again, it happened, didn't it? There wasn't a whole lot to hold on to. MJF versus Fletcher for next week. Facts. Thank you. I'm not loving. I actually like it. I think there's been a couple cases where, like, if Britt was there tonight, it might have continued that a little better. But letting Camille get a big win, look dominant, and continue this heel push for Mercedes works for me. I'll give him some points. 7. I could see a 7. I could go with a 7. 5.5, maybe 6. I'm feeling generous. Fair enough. MJF versus Kyle Fletcher and Jeff Jarrett versus Bryan Danielson. Oh, yeah. Jeff Jarrett, Bryan Danielson. Weird how this all came about. Jeff Jarrett goes babyface. His friends start acting babyface. And then instantly in a match with a babyface. Why didn't they just leave Jarrett heel if he was going to fight Bryan? Again, you're going out of your way to do things that you're fucking up. It's like, you're going off the path that you're taking to make things harder. Like, why are you going off-roading when just stay on the highway? If you're into older women, Toni, then I guess. I don't even know what that's referring to. I love Britt versus Mercedes. People said tonight's show was going to be better than SummerSlam. They lied. Yeah, people who say that are what I like to refer to as dumb. And again, it's not even a fair comparable. Like, it's like saying, I don't know. I mean, sometimes it is, but it's not a fair comparable. SummerSlam's a jacked show. It's a jacked pay-per-view. Lots of implication. Good luck. If you think this was better than what we're going to get, this was not better than NXT last night, and this was not better than Raw on Monday. So you're down by 2 already. Will it be better than TNA tomorrow? I don't know. I don't think so. Will it be better than SmackDown on Friday? We'll see, I guess. But you're not setting the bar very high. So again, no offense to the people that think that, but let's be real. It's SummerSlam. Like, fuck. I am too old, so I am. There you go. 6 out of 10. This is the best I can give it. The opener in the main event was fun. Everything else was meh. It's just kind of like a lot of like nothing. A lot of like, oh, shit happened, but none of it meant anything, which is kind of the almost the standard with this company at this point. Why is KJ's left arm lighter than his right? How did you even catch that? As a thing, my driving arm. I have a driving arm. The arm that hangs out the window is always darker than the arm that does not hang out the window. But I didn't even know that was being picked up on camera. The driving arm is darker. But ladies and gentlemen, I will say last call. I'm going to click through the last few here. Keep it coming. I appreciate everybody for joining me on a Wednesday as always. The first hour was good. The second hour struggle. Yeah, 7 out of 10. I was almost at a 7. 6.5, I think, is fair. I saw some people go a little bit low. I don't think this show failed overall. I think it's above a 5 for sure. Just not a whole lot to, it was good. It was average. I'll give it average, but it definitely didn't suck, and it wasn't great. Darby Allin is my favorite wrestler in AEW. He took an absolute shit kicking tonight, Jordan. He got his ass whooped and then still got the W. So I don't know where this all goes. Like, is Darby just going to pick up random wins until Grand Slam? Is Darby could Darby beat Jack Perry and become TNT champion? And will it be TNT champ versus world champ at Grand Slam? Oh, what a messy web we weave. Ospreay is killing it in AEW. Good job. Ospreay's been one of the best signings. Ospreay's charismatic, athletic, full of piss and vinegar. He is one of the best things on the show every week. When he gets in the ring, when he grabs a microphone, you might not like everything he says or does, but he's going to entertain you. He was one of the best parts of this show, and I think there's parts where he is outshining MJF. You heard me, Nick. Toni and Mariah's segment felt rushed. It did. And again, it feels splintered because one was a pre-tape and one was live on the stage. So you have Toni losing her mind and she's not playing it. Like, it looks like a shitty community theater audition. Like, all right, next up, Toni comes out and does her best monologue to try and get the role because you didn't have Mariah there or Renee there. You didn't have anything to counteract the obscenity or the obscenity, the obscene nature of her overall approach. That kind of gratuitous acting. You need the counter. TK should copyright the name The MILF. Did you see Punk's photo with Darby? Yes, I did. Good photo. Early prediction for Nick and Mustafa Ali tomorrow. A messy finish that leads to a pay-per-view match. Bryan said he won't wrestle until All In. So why Jarrett versus Danielson? Yeah, Bryan basically wants to prove a point. Jeff Jarrett said he's got to be All In. I think ultimately this is leading to Danielson winning the title, and this is a chance for Danielson to get in the ring. I don't know if they're trying to make Danielson more heelish, but it's really a little ass backwards because, like I said, if Jarrett was going to fight Danielson, should have left Jarrett a heel, but he goes babyface to fight a babyface who's fighting a babyface, and I don't give a fuck what Dave Meltzer says. It matters. Here comes the money in AEW. Jordan, we'll find out. Not tonight, though. Don't get me wrong. She's a looker, but I personally would treat her like... Fair enough. KJ, I think this year's SummerSlam is very close to Mania this year, card-wise. I think the card is stacked. And Nick and I talked about this last night, and we will talk about this tomorrow night, me, Anthony, and Nick. But every match on this card has intrigue to it. When the writing and the storytelling coincide with the wrestling, that is pro wrestling at its finest. And that's what I think a lot is happening here. I think you're looking forward to Punk and Drew. I think you're looking forward to even Bayley and Nia's got caveats. The IC title, you're not sure. There's possibilities. Every match, every title match, Gunther and Damien's not a slam dunk. Everything has question marks. That's good for us. That's good for the fans. That's good. If everyone's talking about it, murmuring about it, wondering about it, you've done a good job. So yes, I'm excited. Long-winded, but definitely excited. 6, it felt like a solid episode of Dynamite. Yeah, again, not bad, not great. Last call, 6 out of 10. I keep a sleeve /sock in my left arm driving. Just the tip. I like it, Roddy. Only when the ink's new do I put on that sleeve. But yeah, it's just I hate clothes. We have a wonderful night, everybody. Stoner Jesus, have a wonderful night. Because it's smooth like that. There you go. Wonderful. Surprise, no bucks. Yeah, no bucks. Like JJ. There you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tap out. We got a 2 from Tony Khan. Should have been a little higher. I hope LA Knight beats Logan. I think there's a good chance. We will find out tomorrow. Myself, Nick, and Anthony will be back tomorrow night to give you our predictions, our guesses, our little scenarios that all could take place at SummerSlam on Saturday. Folks, we are here all week long. We are the channel that watches more live wrestling than anybody else out there. We are the channel that other channels are starting to try to be like, because they know we're coming, they see the heat, and we are growing by the second. We appreciate all the love. We appreciate all the support. And if you see anyone acting like this, you know where it started from. But with all that being said, Dynamite, not great, not bad, somewhere in the middle, kind of average, but we got so much more to get into for the rest of this week. It's going to be a fun one. KJ, where's Soraya? I haven't seen her in a while. I have no idea. She's in and out. Again, a lot of time on Collision and Rampage. Have a blessed night. MJF Danielson in the building. Ladies are pretty decent. The refs suck. The refs are awful. But with all that being said, folks, come back tomorrow. Like, share, subscribe. Be a part of the family. Be a friend, tell a friend. And until then, we'll see you on the flip side. Have a good night.